What up, people? What up, people? Welcome to my very first ever, I guess, solo live stream. So, hopefully, hopefully everything looks good. So, just waiting on some people to get in here, and yeah, that's I don't know what else to say. So, just waiting on you guys up in this stream, so we can just chat it up. So, um, while we here, Um, I guess I can just talk about things that I'm going to purchase coming up or whatever, or anything that I'm interested in. I guess I'm looking forward to the new iPhones and probably the new Apple Watch, but I don't know. I mean, when it comes to watches and stuff, I don't feel like I need to buy the newest Apple Watch. I probably can get a better deal on one of the older generations, like the 7 or 6 or something like that. So, um, as far as iPhone, I'm actually kind of excited about it because I'm just kind of like sick of that notch. The notch just ready to go. What up, Grim? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you in here, buddy. And yep. So come on, guys. If you're in here, talk to me. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. See what y'all need to ask or whatever. Don't get too personal or whatever, because I'm not gonna tell you anything super personal. Let me move this mic over here a little bit though. There we go. But yeah, so I might end up picking up the new iPhone 14 Pro Max. It's gonna be like my first Max after the iPhone 10, whatever. What is it called? The 10X, what 10s Max? I forgot what that. No. It was called the Max, right? But now we talking about the Pro Max. So yeah, so that was like the last Max that I ever had. I haven't got one ever since. What's going on? Hey Raven, and so I plan on getting that in September. Maybe, just maybe right now. That's like a big maybe right now because like I'm trying to like stop my upgrade cycle from going from phone to phone every year because it's a little, it gets costly and I don't feel like the updates or upgrades are always like warrant every year for year. So I do currently have no, that's not my Raven. That's not my Raven Cole. Raven Parker? Yeah, that's not my Raven, bro. But back to what I was saying. When it comes to like upgrading, I don't want to like upgrade every year all the time. It's just a little tedious doing that. So I'm probably just gonna like either wait out until the 15, the iPhone 15, because of the whole USB Type C situation that may or may not come. Now, if I wait and it don't come, I'll be like pretty upset. But I'm really thinking about waiting just for that because literally like everything that I own that's Apple, everything but my AirPods Max and my AirPods Pro, they don't have Type C. But I feel like if they move over to the new AirPods 2 Pro 2 that come out, then they're probably gonna move that to USB Type C, and they do. Then I have a really big feeling that the phone is going to be shifted over as well. I mean, everybody know about the situation with the EU and everything like that. So yeah, that'd be one of my purchases this year. So I'm looking at the AirPods Pro 2, the iPhone 14 Max, and all right, let's see. Got some people to chat. What's good? What's up? Galaxy, yeah, we're gonna talk that. Oh, my man Trench up in the building. Thanks, Trench, for coming through, man. This is my first stream, bro. I don't know what to do. I'm new here. So I'm glad to see you guys in there. Appreciate y'all coming through. So yeah, I'm just trying to like really kind of crush down on my upgrade cycle, and then of course you guys already know that my newfound love. What up, Galen? What up? What up? What up? What up, bro? I know my newfound love now is like the Pixels. I don't know how they won me over. I mean, I don't really know, man. I've been like hardcore Samsung for so long, and just this generation just kind of just blew my mind or whatever. See, oh, good. First stream's always the hardest. Yeah, they always the hardest, man. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I need a fan up in here right now. I feel like I need a beer, something, man. But I'm gonna try to get through this or whatever. So anybody could just ask me any questions that would help out, or tell me what you want to talk about, because I really don't got no subjects in here. I'm just gonna sit here and talk to you guys. I actually want to talk to you guys live, so this kind of why I did this in the first place. But yeah. So y'all know I'm gonna get the Pixel 7 Pro, and I'm gonna get that Pixel Watch, and I'm gonna get the Pixel tablet. I mean, why not? I've experienced Apple's ecosystem. I experienced Google's ecosystem, and I could honestly say that I have experienced Google's as well. Did I just say Google twice? I feel like I said it twice. But yeah, I experienced Google's ecosystem. Not like phone, tablet, watch, and all that stuff like that, but more so like all the Nest products and the apps and everything else that they do offer at the moment. But you know, having like all of their other stuff would be pretty cool to have. So yeah. So let me see. It's all good. Makes the best streams. Talk it up. I appreciate it, man. 13 Galaxy Productions. That's your name. That's pretty cool, man. You like Galaxy stuff? I'm assuming. Yeah, I do need those beers. But yeah, but yeah, other than that, yeah, like I don't know, man. The Google in the Tensor just really, it just really sold me, man. The experience on it and stuff. Oh, I see. I got an HTC man in the chat. Okay, yes, bring back HTC. Oh man, like HTC. Oh, I was there for the downfall of the HTC. I was watching it as it happened. I was buying the devices, and I'm loving and hating them. And I'm like, why aren't y'all doing this? Why aren't y'all doing this? Like everybody, Samsung and Apple, they were like putting in so much stuff in their phones and giving like the consumers exactly what we wanted. And HTC just kept trying to dare to be different. You know, I guess when you're a giant, sometimes you just get this little cockiness over your head, and you know, because you know HTC used to be the giant, and that, you know, they got a little cocky and they just kind of fell apart. So HTC just kept making the stupidest mistakes over and over, and they stuck with the 4 megapixel ultra pixels or whatever them craps was called. I forgot, man. But man, I don't know. I do miss them. I really wanted them to come back, but I don't think they're coming back right now. I'm sorry. It's just Apple and Google for me at the moment. Still got love for Samsung though. Let's see what we got up in here. Yeah, it is the software on the Pixel, man. Joker Tech, I love it, bro. Software is like literally what won me over, and I try so hard with other devices. Yeah, yo, I'm telling you right now, Trench, that Pixel do need way better zoom. I mean, the 4X is really cool. I did a little bit of portrait testing with it. It's really good, but they definitely need to like increase that zoom to become a big player in the game. I really think that they should. I doubt if we're gonna get it this year. Hopefully, you know, they surprise us with at least a 10. I don't know, but they definitely need it. Let me see what else we got up in here. Yeah, okay. I don't think they fail. Well, okay, I don't really know the release dates right now of the S3, but I think like HTC actually fell apart after like the M8. After the M8, they dropped the M9, and that was just terrible. Then they just kept falling apart after that. They did okay with the U11, I think. It was like okay, but at that time, nobody even cared about them anymore. So I think their downfall was the M8. And not the M8, but like everything after the M8. Because everything before that was really good, especially like the M7. M8 was like peak. I mean, I had the Google Play edition of that. Jank was dope. So I would say maybe the M8. But I don't know the release dates. I can't tell you right now off the jump, you know, if it came out around the S3 time. But I ain't gonna lie, man. The S3 was a game changer for Samsung for real, because like everybody clowned that big old screen phone, but man, that is so practical today that is crazy. Like we get bigger phones than what that was, and we really thought that phone was huge at the time. So now, we're at like 6.7, 6.8, and some of us are happy with it, some of us aren't. They're using smaller devices and stuff like that, which is understandable. I think my mom, like, I'm just coming at a regular consumer like my mom. She don't even really care. She can't see that well, so she just needs a bigger screen. But I never really sat down and say, Mom, how does the phone feel in your hand? Do you have a problem using it? Is it too big or anything like that? But she never complained about it, so I don't think that is an issue. But I know a lot of us tech guys, man, we just really, we're a little iffy. We use the big phone so much. Sometimes we get a little one, be like, oh, this is refreshing. But then in the end, we always kind of go back to what we like. So, from the low light comparison you did on Twitter, the low light. So, all right. So, I know I do a lot of photo reviews. I mean, photo comparisons and stuff like that. I like them. They're fun. Um, I, he wants my David want my feedback on that or whatever like that. He wanted. I'm assuming he wants to know which photo I like better. If I like the Pixel better. If you must know. It's not even that the other two did bad, right? But if I was to share one of those photos straight to social media, like nobody knows the light, right? Nobody knows the light in my room. Nobody knows like the color accuracy of anything besides when I post a picture. So nobody's gonna know any of that stuff. But I did share that, which I showed you how dark the room was, and I showed you there was a light source in here, and I showed you that the light source was red and blue, and it was hitting over there on the table that you see behind me right here. And with that information, then you can draw which one you thought were better, right? But the one that was more pleasing to my eye was the Pixel, because it actually got my little man, colors right, got his colors right, while everything else was blue on the S21U and the iPhone. But I was impressed with all of the phones personally because it was dark as fuck. It was so dark. And they all captured a lot of light and they captured a lot of the scenes. So I don't really want to say there's a winner for me. It's just like, which one would I post on social media? And that would definitely be the Pixel because it looks more appealing to me personally, especially if I didn't have the references there to show you like the whole entire scene. So, everybody's like fighting back and forth right now about, which one. I'm seeing people saying the 21s. I'm seeing people saying iPhone, and some people saying the Pixel and stuff like that. And it's really getting aggressive in there. And I'm like, bro, you all are fighting over each other's preferences. Like, photography is 100% subjective. Literally. This is why some clients come to me for my photos. And this is why some clients don't even come to me for my photos because they don't like my style. They go to somebody else because they like their style. Photography is so subjective and stuff like that. All three of those cameras did an excellent job in my book. So I ain't got no complaints because if I had to use any one of those for low light photography, I know I'm gonna get a good shot. Granted, I did put all of them on a tripod because obviously, low light photography, might want to use tripod. So yeah. That's what Android needs again. Google Play Edition. I do think that they need to drop Google Play Editions. Like at least Samsung need to. Can you imagine like having Samsung hardware again and having a Google Play Edition? Like I loved it when I had it. So I really wish they would bring that junk back. I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, I really wish they would bring that back. Google Play is dope. So let's see. Dwayne, what's up, bro? From London. What's up, man? I tried to do a London exit in my head. It just didn't work out, so I didn't say anything. Tech is nothing but aggressive these days. Trench, man, I love watching you talk just like I'm talking now, man, because, it's not a lot of us, like people like you and people like me who kind of try to see tech at a different perspective all the time. And I think like in the tech community, a lot of people just kind of focus on like, specs, hardware, what's better, what's this, what's that, why this can't do this, why that can't do that, and stuff like that. But we really don't think about like the general consumer and what their needs really are. And if you watch any of my my funny little videos that I got, it's called it's episodes. Do you know your iPhone? I have that on there, and I started that because of this whole thing, how people act like everybody knows what specs are on the iPhone and everything about their iPhone like we do. And it just proves them all wrong, because when I get these people inside the studio and I have this little, conversation with them, they all confused about a lot of stuff on their phone. They don't even know half of the basic stuff on the phone that we would know. And it just shows you that the average consumer just wants something that they are familiar with and just kind of like works for their benefit. That's it. It's not really, you can't, people like to throw the term out there, it just works. That's not always the case, because if it just works, right? When I bought my mom an iPhone, she should have been happy with it, but she did not know how to use it. She was so confused about it. She was like, oh, no, no. And she was mad at, me, my brother, my sister. We decided to get her an iPhone for her, for her birthday one year. And, she's been using Android. And we was like, well, I'm an Android guy, but I was like, I'll get my mom an iPhone, because, it's supposed to be simple. That, in my mind, to people, it's just supposed to be simple. Give it to her. She's calling me up about this. She's calling me up about that. Then she was like, I don't like this phone. Can we take it back? I want my Android back, and all this stuff like that. So I had to literally take her phone, return it, and get her another Samsung phone. That's what she likes, Samsung. And I had to get her another Samsung phone. And she hasn't complained or said anything ever since she had that phone, because that just works for her. So yeah, people get really aggressive about this tech a lot. Think the Pixel Watch be any good? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. As much as I love Google now, as far as like phones and some of their products and stuff like that, no matter what product I buy for them, there's always like something flawed about it, like big time. Like when I had my Galaxy S21U, I loved it. A lot of people had complaints about battery, no problem for me, but Google, man, there's always like some slight letdown with them. So my expectations for the Pixel Watch, I'm gonna say, if it gets, I don't know, a day and a half battery, I think I can live with that. I mean, I charge my Galaxy Watch like right now I'm at 64%. I didn't charge it yesterday. I do sleep tracking. So I'm well into 655 today, and I'm at 60%. So 2 days of battery on a watch is fine for me. A day and a half is fine for me. If it's under a day, like how I used to have to charge my Apple Watch all the time, close to midday or something like that, or end of the day, then no, I think the battery is going to be a bust big time, because they do have opportunity to, at least kind of match the Fitbits out there that they, that they own. So, but all they got to do is really just get the software part right, which I don't think Google would mess that part up. I just think that people are going to be upset if the battery life doesn't exceed, a certain amount of days. But, just keep in mind that the Apple Watch, for a lot of people, and I mean a lot, don't last past a day. So if you're going to be mad about, the Pixel Watch not lasting, keep that same energy for something else, just saying. That was great work, those videos. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm new to this YouTube game, but I definitely cannot keep up with the Joneses. So I have to like create my own type of medium in this game. And, yeah, so what I'm doing works for me. So hopefully people will like love it and I grow from that. So let's see. Love the tech, turn into obsession. Yeah. Yeah. Man. See, I'm a little older, so in my day, tech, it wasn't this bad as it is now with you guys. It's really bad now in this generation when it comes to tech in school. Like it's like I'm in the United States, by the way, so iPhones are dominant. If you got an iPhone, you're just not cool. You're not in the popular crowd and stuff. That's just how that works. When I was growing up, it didn't really matter. We all had flip phones, LGs, Motorola's. We had two ways. We had the what's my favorite one, man? The Wing. I think the HTC Wing or something like that. So we had like variety of phones and stuff like that. And Apple wasn't even like that big. It wasn't even that. They weren't even up there. HTC at the time was like the top dog. So when Apple kind of took over, that's when things started to change and the generation started changing. And then, yeah. So now it's a popular thing with the iPhones now. So if you don't have one, you're just not a cool cat no more, especially here in the US. People hate them green bubbles. So sad. My mother was the same. Tried to give her iPad, instantly rejected. Yeah, I bought my stepdad. I should have never bought him one, but I bought him an Amazon tablet, and he wanted to draw. And at the time, I was being real cheap, so that was on me. But I got him an iPad. Now he loves it though. He still don't know how to use the junk. He still calls me up about a lot of stuff on iPad, but he's pretty much, once I showed him how to just get to his streaming apps and how to get to his drawing app, he's pretty much happy. He's really don't know nothing about tech. One thing with Google, battery won't be good at first. Yes, you're right. Battery won't be good at first with Google. Adaptive battery. It always got to kick in and stuff like that. I don't. It's like I love hate that, but you know, it's cool. I'd rather the phone learn my usage so it can know me, because every phone that we buy is personal to us anyway. So that's pretty cool. All right. I'm getting to y'all questions. Just bear with me, guys. With the Pixel phone. Oh yeah, the Galaxy Watch. I'm using it right now with the Pixel phone right now. I'm not all the features work. I think I'll lose like ECG or something like that, and some of the apps up here, like the clock app and stuff like that, don't really sync with the phone. So you do lose some features, but I'm just using this for the time and some notifications. I don't use my watches like you guys do. I just use it for fitness tracking. Literally, I could get rid of this watch, this Galaxy Watch, and just get a fitness tracker and be 100% happy. Like, I literally don't care about, as long as I get a notification, I don't even check them on the watch. I just look and be like, oh, my watch vibrated, and I pick up my phone to check it and stuff. So, I'm a different user when it comes to these watches. Yeah, Trench, I'm with you, bro. A rugged Pixel watch, I would love that, because, man, without these bezels on this Galaxy Watch, I think that it'd be broken already. I bang this thing against everything. If I take this watch off, I promise you all, I would never bang this wrist on anything. But as soon as I put this watch on, I hit everything under the sun. So a rugged watch would be really nice. My Apple Watch, he says Apple Watch lasts over a day. My Apple Watch, I think it was a 4. I think I had the 4, if I recall, the 4 to 5. One of those lasted, over a day, but it wouldn't get me through the next day at all. No, I had to wake up and like put on the charger, because I do sleep tracking. So if I, wake up or whatever like that, I have to, if it's full charge and I wake up and I go through the whole entire day, it'll last me, my whole work day. And then sleep, wake up, then I have to put on charge before I go to work. So that's fine with me. I have no problem with that. A lot of people, they have problems with that. Not me. It don't really bother me to charge my watches. It's already implanted in my brain to be another device I got to charge. I wish I didn't, but it is what it is. ACC Shadow and the Razer. Yeah, ACC Shadow and Razer. I did own the Razer. I love that Razer, actually. When I was growing up, your shoes were... Yo, Trench, bro. Yo, I love you, bro. You so old school, bro. Let me tell you about that, bro. You right. So... instead of having iMessage, bro, you can't come to the bus stop, the school bus stop. You had to be fresh, bro. You had to have the fresh shoes on, like the new J's, because, he was like the only person shoes that was popular kind of at the time. But you had like Grant Hill, not Scottie Pippen. He wasn't popular. Or Shaq. I'm trying to remember. Gary Payton. Yeah, Gary Payton's. I feel you on that, bro. So you didn't even need iMessage. You need some kicks. Mountain Gears, Timberlands, Saucony's. I know you hear me, Trench. I know. All of that, bro. If you had those shoes, you was that guy. So, yeah, now it's phones now. Apple started crushing the game once it was available to all carriers. Apple, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think Apple just started, they just took off out of nowhere, man. And like, I love that Apple already had a plan and they were building their ecosystem and stuff like that. Cause as you can see, everybody else is playing catch up to them right now. Like everybody, Samsung is like on their ass about building their ecosystem though, for real. But I did hear that Huawei, I don't really know much about Huawei, but people bring them up when it comes to ecosystem. They say that Huawei is like right behind them too, as far as like building their ecosystem of products and stuff like that. So, it's to me, when it comes to this ecosystem stuff, it's not really about who does it like better, but it's just about, because a lot of them do the same thing. It's just how you get there. And if it works for you better that way, or works for another person better another way. And plus, everybody don't want to use Apple. Everybody don't want to use Android. Everybody, don't have access to Huawei. So having the options on the market for people to have different ecosystems, stuff like that, OEMs, is really good that everybody's playing catch up and trying to be build that like Apple has done over the years. But Apple's incredible for that. I'll give them a lot of credit for that. And they paved the way of what we're getting right now. I mean, hell, you see Google was trying to build that. You see Samsung, they built that pretty much, and they're trying to refine it now. And Huawei, I just don't really know what they're doing, but I just hear good things about their ecosystem. But they not running Android, so I really don't care. I can't get with that Harmony OS or whatever they got going on. Uh, Everyone share the stream. Yeah, I appreciate it if y'all do. Thank you, man. Let's see. I'm from Baltimore. Oh yeah, man, the towns. Yo, Baltimore. Yeah, I think isn't Trench from there? No. Oh, Trench, Cleveland. Bone Thugs and Harmony all day, baby. That's right, bro. Look, I ain't from there, but Bone Thugs, bro. That's my group for life. All right, if you quote with Payless shoes, yo, you cannot get caught with Payless shoes, man. I swear, with the penny loafers, bro. Actually, you can get away with the penny loafers as long as you got the right clothes on. But yeah, you can't walk with no Payless, bro. Nah, it ain't happening. Let me see. My background tag is so falls first spring. Oh, nice, man. I had a friend who worked for T-Mobile. Well, no, he worked for Sprint, and I used to get a lot of free phones from him, you know, all the time. And he used to also pay my phone bill. Not him personally paying my phone bill, but whenever he gets sales, something like that, he got credit towards like the sale, and he always got enough credit throughout the month to pay my phone bill and his phone bill. So he looked out for me big time. So for like a whole 2 years, I literally didn't have no phone bill because of him. He just looked out. He took some of that credit that people had and just put it on my bill, and I was good, bro. So yeah, Brown sucks. Are you talking about my case right here? Is this what you talking about? Or are you talking about the Brown Timberlands or something? Because you better not be talking about my case. What up, Mike? Thanks for joining the chat. I was getting his voice. So oh, you want to get my voice on the left channel? Well, we got to work that out. Can't work it out now though. But yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty excited for the rest of this year of the products that's coming out, you know, between Apple and I guess Google right now. And I'm still going to get me a Fold 4. I got to get me a Fold. Oh, Cleveland Browns. Got you. Cleveland Browns. Yeah. Yeah, we don't really have no football team here, unfortunately. You know, I'm in Virginia, so closest thing we got is Redskins, but I'm not a fan of them. I'm a Cowboys fan. Yeah. Don't hate on me though. Yeah. So, oh, it's just the left. Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'll figure this out. This is my first stream, so just bear with me. I have my good friend Grim help me set this up or whatever. So I'm new to this. My setup is not even for streaming. My whole setup is for YouTube, not really for like live streaming. But I wanted to give this young a shot because I enjoy having some of the conversations with some of you on Twitter and stuff like that. So kind of wanted to bring you live. We all know the Browns feel hard this. Oh man, yeah, he coming at them Browns, bro. I don't even know their colors anymore. But yeah, so what tech y'all planning on getting this year? Anybody planning on getting an iPhone or Pixels or anything next year? Cause I'm excited about the S22, 23. Yeah, the S23. God damn. Okay, 2023. S23U. That's how we gotta say that, right? I heard, what did I hear about them? I heard some good news about them. I heard some good news about that chip. I can't remember. It just blew my mind. But when I think about it, I'll say it though. But yeah, there was a rumor about like what they're gonna do with the S23 line. But I know it's coming with Gen 1 for sure. Well, the Snapdragon for all the models. So I know a lot of people in other countries are gonna be happy about that. So, Pixel 7. Yeah, you getting the 7 or the 7 Pro? Like, you going with the 7? I'm gonna be honest with you. Where my 6 at? All right, so like this crazy. So y'all know, like, you know, on my Twitter, I've been talking about the Pixel 6 and my experience with this for like forever, right? You know, since I got it. You know, I've been called like a Pixel fanboy now, but I'll take that. I don't really care what people think or whatever. It's okay that somebody shift to another product and like it and talk about it. I mean, we talk about a lot of things that we like. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And then I went out there and bought the Pro. Now, all the problems that I heard a lot of people kept saying about like with the Pro, I have none of those issues, right? But I do have that heating issue that everybody was talking about. Literally was outside, took both of these phones outside, and I went out there to go do some shooting with it, you know, because I was going to do some photos and post it up there for you guys. And I noticed that this one was getting hot. It even gave me a warning up here. And I'm like, and if you can see, I'm using a Caseology case right here for my Pixel 6 right here. Okay. And I actually had this clear case that's on this one right here. Right. And this was getting really, really hot. So I took it off and just tried to put it in the shade somewhere. and try to shoot, and yeah, it just kept getting real hot. And then I noticed like the frames was dropping really hard, so I was like, wow. So everybody who's talking about the heat problem, it's a thing. Well, at least it's a thing for me. A lot of people tell me I got a buggy unit, and that's cool. I'll probably go out there and try to swap it out and see if that's true, because it may be because the fact that I haven't had any issues with this one while everybody in the world was having problems with some of their sixes and I wasn't. I'm thinking that they had a buggy unit, because that's exactly what I said in my mind. I'm like, mine's fine. But yeah, I think I might have a buggy unit. I don't know. It has been fine all day long because I haven't been outside talking about it. So let's see what we got over here. Oh, you getting a 7? Got it. I feel you, man. To be honest with you, when I got the 6 and then I got the 6 Pro, I was a little conflicted between the two. It's like I really love the flat panel of this one right here. I don't like the curves of this one. I like the brightness of this, and I like the camera of this right here. And the 120 and the 90, I mean, I can see the difference. I'm not gonna sit here and say I can't, right? Because I'm used to like refresh rates. I game a lot, right? So I can see the refresh rates. But I mean, like in a day-to-day usage, this 90 does not bother me. In fact, sometimes it feels like it's slightly faster. I don't know. It's wicked. But the battery life on the 6 is definitely better than the battery life on my 6 Pro. I can tell you that. With my usage on both of these phones, whatever I do on these phones daily, that I'm getting better battery on the 6. And it could be the 1080 and 90 hertz. All right. I'm definitely getting an iPhone Pro Max and Ravens Purple. Can't wait. I'm gonna go with Max for sure this year. I don't know if I'm gonna go purple though. I think whatever white version they got, I think I'm gonna go that color, or gold or something like that. I'm just kind of sick of like dark phones, and not saying that the purple is dark. I'm just like the black. I'm just like my S21U right here. Like this is sexy, and I'm gonna keep this phone. Can I get the light to hit it right? There you go. This phone is beautiful. This phone I'm gonna keep like forever. I'm never gonna get rid of this phone, to be honest with you. I think this is like peak design for me, for Samsung, and I do love the color. But I don't think that I'm going to go with black phones anymore, to be honest with you. I kind of like color now at this point in my life. But yeah, Team Pixel will probably send me the 7. Trench, I'm jealous of that, bro. I'm jealous, bro. So yeah, you definitely probably going to get that 7 Pro, man. I'm gonna have to pre-order mine and sit back and wait, and hopefully, if they push it back this year, I'm going to wait patiently this year. Last year, I ordered the Pixel 6 Pro. They pushed it back all the way from, I believe, November all the way to January. And when I seen that jank change online, I said, "Oh hell no!" So I got in the car, drove down to Best Buy, and I was like, "Yo, y'all got Pixel 6 Pro?" They was like, "Nah." I was like, "All right, I knew." "Y'all got Pixel 6?" They was like, yeah, okay. I said, "Give me that one right there." And they gave me a Pixel 6, and I walked out with one. Just like that. But the pros couldn't get it. So I can only hear your left. I know. I'm sorry about the left side, everyone. I'm sorry. I'll figure that out later. Right now, I'm in the stream. Oh, God, I should have got some water. It's a 13. Pixel battery is hella good. Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, the Pixel 6 really seems like it has better battery. And, I mean, due to the smaller size screen and, the 90 hertz, we know the factors that can, be the reason why. But it just seems like, man, this phone battery is insanely good. And, like, when I moved to the Pro, I'm like, but I'm not saying the Pro struggled throughout the day. I could get through a day and a half literally with the Pro, but I feel like I pushed 2 days out of this phone before, and I don't see this one happening, especially if I'm outside. So if I'm out there shooting a photography client, this thing is in my pocket, or I put it in my bag, this thing probably gonna blow up. I don't even know. It's probably gonna blow up, and the battery gonna be like, it's gonna drop from like 80% to maybe 60% in my bag, and that's with the screen off and me not even touching it, because it just heats up or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna probably exchange it to see what's going on with that or whatever. What are my must-haves when it comes to a phone? I don't know, the basics, man. To be honest with you, I just need a good solid camera, and I don't really need like all the zoom and stuff like that. I mean, I appreciate it if it's in there, but I don't really care about all the zoom. I don't know, man. Messaging app. Need to be able to make a phone call, text somebody. I mean, I'm not I guess you want to say hardware wise. Man, that's a what are my must-haves for a phone? I don't know, man. Just the call function. Really, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it's crazy because I use these phones every day, and then this question is kind of like hard to answer because like every phone in the world has what I need in a phone as far as what I need in a phone. But does every phone in the world does what I need? No. So, or I could say not really does what I need, but does it do it effectively for me? No, because I'm pretty sure everything that I can do on my iPhone, I can do on my Android phone. But then, to be honest with you, there's things I can't do on my iPhone that I can do on my Android phone. But that's the reality. And there's also things on my Android phone that I can't do on my iPhone. So that's another thing too. So it's just which one is more effective for my lifestyle, and that just seems to be just Android. And it's crazy because I live in a Apple type of environment with my Android phone. I actually use the iPad and the Mac and my AirPods and all my Apple stuff all day. Only thing I don't put on is my Apple Watch anymore because I literally don't I don't really carry my iPhone with me anymore. It just kind of sits at home now majority of the time, and I just take my iPad instead. My iPad has LTE, so I getting all my messages up there. If anybody messages me on an iPhone, it goes there, so I don't really carry my iPhone anymore. But I'm hoping that changes. Maybe in 2015, I'll probably go kind of not full in on Apple iPhone because the weakest thing to me that Apple make, and it's not the weakest, it's their strongest product, which is the iPhone, but it's the weakest to me because it's the one thing I don't like out of Apple's products is literally the iPhone. I know I probably said I didn't care too much for a MacBook that y'all heard me, but that's only because I don't really care that much for laptops itself. If I have a laptop, it has to have like a touchscreen and pen support, so I kind of favor more towards the Surface line for that. But if Apple even made one like that, then I would buy it. It wouldn't really I'm just not a laptop guy, so I would buy a iMac or a Mac Mini over a laptop. I would build a gaming PC over buying a gaming laptop. I just not a laptop guy. I don't even like to edit on a laptop, so that's just how I am with things. Good battery, flat screen, 90 hertz, and good AI. Yeah, I think the AI is what really sold me on the Pixels for real. I do enjoy the flat screen. I do appreciate Apple for keeping flat screens. I said this 1,000 times over. I'm sick of all these Android manufacturers right now keep on doing these curved displays. Can we just get like a S22 Ultra? That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard next year the S23 Ultra is supposed to have a flat panel. Have anybody heard that? Please tell me if you have or not. But yes, that's what I heard. I'm ready for Android to go back to flat panels. I enjoyed the flat display on my Pixel 6 so much, and I really wanted to come back. But with that in AI, Mark, that's what really sold me on this Pixel, and I'm loving it. I just wish that it got brighter outside, and I really wish that it had that telephoto lens. I remember at one point Samsung had the same cameras in both of their phones. I think it was like the S10 line or something, if I can recall. And it was like the S10 and 10e or some crap like that. I don't know, but I was like, wow, this is how companies should do it. They should never all the way separate that type of experience from people or whatever like that. You could have something else that you could find to, because they already cut back on the display. Samsung really cut back on the display. Remember we used to get the Plus model that was right under the Ultra, but the Plus model was worth getting. Now it's they took the Plus model and changed the name to Ultra, and then just changed the bottom name, the Plus model, and just dumbed it down to the S model, the regular model, and then they just made another model, which is now the S model now that we have now. So stuff like that, I don't know, man. I wish companies would just give us kind of all the same experience, kind of across the board. I get it with the screen, changing the screen, display size, the battery, the RAM, all of that stuff is 100% fine with me, even the build quality. But the cameras is where I want them to just keep that across the board. Now, if you must add a 100 zoom like Samsung does, you can put that on an Ultra, but still give all the same cameras on the other models. And if you're buying a Plus model, don't make the Plus model and the cheaper model 1080p. Don't do that. Don't do that. But it's for them to upsell you. We know how this works. They want to upsell you, and that's what they do. So I don't know. I'm a little upset with that. So, but I'm perfectly happy with this six. I think the six just need the camera, and I thought I was gonna like miss like the 120 hertz or whatever because I came from a S21U before I got this Pixel, and I thought I was gonna miss it. I didn't. I didn't really miss the 120, but you know, every so often I do grab my S21U and I play around with it, and I still want to give praise to Samsung for really doing good with their software. Anybody who uses Samsung, you know, I get it, man. Like they really give you everything, and I still think you know all their devices are amazing. And to be honest with you, the only thing that sold me over was like the Pixel software itself, like those exclusive features, kind of like you know other phones that have exclusive stuff. It just kind of won me over. So I even made a whole video talking about you know I get it why people who stick to Apple and stuff like that because of the software experience. And for the first time ever, I kind of felt that because literally when I, you know, had my S21U, I didn't use every feature there. And that's just me. I'm not referring to like everybody in the world, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some people who would use the hell out of the S Pen. There's some people who would use the palm swipe screenshots. I mean, just different features that they have. One feature that a lot of people probably don't use on their S21s or the Galaxy phones is separate audio. I use the mess out of that. I love that when I'm at my job, I can play music on a speaker, right? And shift that from like my Spotify or my Apple Music or YouTube Music because I have those three accounts. And I could sit there and just watch YouTube on my phone while I'm playing music and change it. That was like so dope. And I use that a lot. A lot of people probably don't even use features like that, but you know, there's features up there that I use a lot. I say much like Motorola, Nokia, yeah, and 7 Pro. Wow, I use a lot of those phones except for like the you know the Chinese ones or whatever. But yeah, I used a lot of those. I think Nokia was probably one of my favorite phones ever back in the days, man. I used to customize the light, the battery, I mean the antenna, the battery, and they used to light up when people call me. I used to just couldn't wait for somebody to call me so they can, you know, they see it and then I'm out there flossing, bro. I used to love it. So yeah, those some good times. And the Motorola Razr, man, I used to flip that thing so much. I used to just sit there and flip it and play with it just like this. So if I ever got a Z Fold flip, I would do the same exact thing, just keep flipping that thing, to be honest with you. Like phones were so good at the time, and there was no, it was like phone wars, but like today it's beyond ridiculous today. Like people will come at your mom, they come at your life, they come at your neck if you say something about, you know, their company. Yo, I see people trash talk Google all day. They talk about data, privacy, security. They talk about pixels is trash, and I don't care about none. I would never, I would never jump on that post and be like, something like to defend Google. I don't really care. I don't own Google. I don't, I don't owe them nothing. Like, it's no way I'm going to stroll down my Twitter and see somebody telling me or telling somebody else that they're having the Pixel is trash, it's garbage. How can you like this? Or I don't blah blah blah. And Google and they're gonna steal all your data and they're gonna sell it and all this stuff. Like I will keep strolling. I do keep strolling. I'm like, it's not one of those things I'm gonna get in a conversation with. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. People that defend these companies is just like so mind blowing to me how they would stop and have to say something. They feel like they have to say something. And it's just crazy to me. I cannot be that guy. People trash talk Google all the time. People trash talk Samsung when I was using it. I do not care. But yes, it's crazy. But yes, Mark, we had some good times back there, man. Good times when things were simple. Yes, I use mobile. I mean, mobile. I use Windows. I had like a Windows HD2. I used to love Windows, man. To be honest with you, the OG iPhone came out, and I had the Windows. I think I had a Windows Touch Pro 2. I think I had a Windows Touch Pro 2, HTC Touch Pro 2, which was running Windows at the time. Yes, I had that, and I actually no. Let me say this. I went out and bought an iPhone. Because, you know, at the time, everybody kept talking about iPhones, right? So I bought an iPhone, got it, and I was like, oh, this is it? This is it? The phone felt restricted. It felt boring. It just felt like a slab phone, and I just wasn't really impressed about why everybody else was impressed. I immediately went on Craigslist and said I would trade anybody this phone. Put it up on Craigslist. Somebody hit me up and they was like, "Yo, I have the no, the Touch Pro 2," and I was like, "For real?" And I was like, "Your trade?" They was like, "Yeah." I'm looking at them like they stupid. They looking at me like I'm stupid. We just two stupid people about to trade, but he's happy and I was happy. We both traded, and ever since that OG iPhone, I've been using Windows since. And then Windows started to like fall and kind of like it started to transcend to like Android. So I went and got an Android device. I had a G1. I also had the HTC Enjoyed Incredible. This was when Verizon had, you know, the droids, because people say droid. I still hear people say droid. It's just so weird to me that they say droid in reference to Android when they were droid phones. Like that was the name of the phones or whatever. I don't know. But anyways, so I got HTC, and I kind of fell in love with Android. I was like, yo. And the reason why I love the Windows phones and the reason why I love Android so much is because of course at the time, Windows was very popular in my schools and we used Windows for a long time. When I got off my phone and got on my computer, it felt almost the same. Like the file system, the setup, everything was just like, you could almost do the same thing that you can do on your Android phone that you can do on your computer. And that right there kind of like, I was familiar with that. The iPhone was a whole new experience and I didn't appreciate it at the time. And then later in life, I think I end up getting, after that OG iPhone, I ended up getting the 3GS. And then I liked that one a little bit better, but I still wasn't there. And then I got rid of that. And then I got the 4 and I still wasn't there. And I got the 4S and I still wasn't there. But I did love the design of the 4S. And it was like my favorite iPhone design. Then I had got I skipped the 5C line, never bought that. Then I got the 6S, and then the 6S Plus is where I kind of like liked Apple or the iPhone at the time. I had that it's the longest I ever had an iPhone in my hand. 6 months. 6 months I used that iPhone exclusively. I had the rose gold one, by the way. Not my choice. But I'm gonna continue with the story. Hold on. I don't like when people say droid either. I feel you, bro. So anyways, I had the 6S and I kind of fell in love with that one, and then it still wasn't meeting my expectations and stuff, because when I tried to connect things to I'll take my Android phone, connect to the computer, a file system pop up, connect my iPhone, iTunes pop up, and I was just I don't like this stuff. So then I was like, I got rid of that, and I was using Android again, and then I kept missing the iPhone. I don't even know why. And at the time I didn't know why, but now I know why. It's because of the status. I missed it because I wanted to have it in my pocket because everybody else thought it was cool to have. And I literally went out there, bought me a 7, kept it, and I've been buying every other iPhone ever since that. But from that point, it was about status, and now it's because I genuinely have a love-hate relationship with the iPhones now, and I don't really have a problem with keeping one, but it just won't be like my main device. I'm just an Android. I just prefer Android and how they do things. Now, if like, I don't know, 3-4 years later, Apple, changes the software a little bit and lifts some restrictions or make the little things easier for me, I guess the things I'm looking for is like plugging my phone up to the computer and dragging photos and videos off it, just regular file system, and maybe like a little bit of more customizations on the home screen. I think that I could move over, but if I'm honest, I think Google just made it harder, because I don't think I can leave what Tensor is doing to the Google Pixel. So I think like the gap was like so close, because if I had to think about it, like I could walk away from a Samsung phone to an iPhone and probably be okay with that, right? And at the state of the Pixels, like the 5 series and under, I can definitely walk away from a Pixel for an iPhone, right? If I really wanted to. If I want to be like, you know what, let me just go all in on iPhone, I can do it, right? But Tensor, that changed so much right now. The gap was here, but it's like way here now. Like Google to me is like, at least with this software, is standing on their own somewhere else right now, away from any other company out here that I can think of in my head. And I'm just talking about just like the experience that I'm having. This is all personal, right? My personal experience that I'm having with this phone. It just stands out from everybody, and it will be hard for me. Like when I get on my iPhone and I try to type or I try to do speech to voice or voice to text or whatever, all of that, even on my Samsung phone, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to me because of everything that the Tensor does, even with the spam calling, the on hold for me. You think in your head like, I ain't gonna use these features that much. I find myself literally using this stuff. Hell, I called Starbucks the other day to check the balance on my Starbucks card because I'm a Starbucks drinker. And first thing I looked for on the phone, I was like, man, do they got on hold for me real quick? And I looked for the icon to hit it so I can put the phone on hold and let Google Assistant take over the hold. But they didn't have it because apparently a lot of companies got to support it too as well. So that support is coming slow, but a lot of companies that I've used actually works. I know my doctor don't, but a lot of companies that I've called have actually worked. Let me see for future my phone. Pro is trying to. Yeah, see, I want to try a lot of these Xiaomi phones and just all these phones, but the import price, getting these phones over here for me to try is just like too much for me. I'm not like a big giant YouTuber. If I ever do become one, trust and believe, guys, I will be getting these devices and I will be, doing what I do best and tell you about them. But as of right now, I literally have to spend my money on what I'm going to use and buy because I'm a little guy. I'm not going to go out here and buy something for the sake of a review and then, then can't pay rent, pay my car note, can't take care of my lady or, whatever. So I have to be smart about what I can really afford and can buy and stuff like that. So, if my content, if you're like, yo man, I want you to, review this, I'm sorry. If you can find somebody to send me a unit and I'll send it back after I'm finished with it, that's fine. But I can't go out here and just go down there to Best Buy and be like, yo, let me get that phone and then, and try to use it because the return period is 14 days or something like that with most companies. And to be honest with you, I don't feel like, after that long, you can't really give a proper experience of that device after 14 days. You can give first impressions or first this, first that, or in my 14 days, this is how, good it was, or this is this and that to the third. Like I've been using my Pixel 6 since it came out in October, and I can totally give you a full blown experience of everything down the sign of how good it was and the bads, the ups, the downs, and the goods and stuff like that, as well as that's why even when I did my Pixel Buds Pro, I waited almost a month to give you the review on it because I had to really use them because in the beginning I hated them, but then I started to use them even more because initially when when you first get something, you're either going to be like, wow, this blows me away, or you're going to be like, and they didn't blow me away. And the more I actually used them, that's when it started clipping in yo, this is crazy. It's pretty good. So, no, this is not the TicWatch. This is the Galaxy Watch, Pro. This is Galaxy Watch Classic. I'm sorry. It's the Classic, not the Pro. But secretly, I'm trying to get a TicWatch because I heard good things about that watch. So trying to get one. Don't get caught up in the YouTube game. Here we have you. Yeah, man. Yeah, bad news. I'm definitely not going to try to get caught up in this YouTube game, man. It will have you broke if you're out here trying to buy everything to please the masses. I know a lot of people have hit me up to ask me to review certain things, but if you watch my channel, you guys know I don't do reviews. I don't go down no spec sheets. I don't talk about any hardware spec hardware. I don't do spec sheets. You already know that, right? I literally give you a user's experience, and I don't even try to be one of those users where, oh yeah, the camera here, the video here, the gaming here, and also because one thing about me is that I do not shoot videos on any phone, including my iPhone. Just for the people who love to hear it, the iPhone, yes, has the best video quality, but it still sucks to me because I have a real camera. I prefer to shoot with that. Yes, it's the camera that you have with you, but I carry a camera with me. So, that argument right there is dead. So I prefer video quality from an actual camera over any phone camera. And when it comes to pictures, I also prefer pictures from a camera over any phone. But I do love phone cameras too because I am a photographer. So I do not use the video on any of my devices. So I don't talk about that experience in my videos because I don't ever really experience the videos. I don't really care. I don't game on phones because I game on my Switch or my PlayStation or my PC or my Xbox or my VR. So I'm not going to game on a phone just for the sake of trying to put it in the video for people who game. If you want to know how this Pixel and this Pixel or the iPhone or the Galaxy phones perform in gaming, find another channel that's going to give you that. I'm not going to give you that. I'm going to give you what I do daily on my phone and how I use it and how it's affected my life, or have I encountered any bugs, any issues, or how things fit in, like Google Assistant, how it fits into my life, or how good the camera is. Is it reliable? Oh, sorry, hit the mic. If it's reliable enough, all of that. This is what you're going to get from me. You're going to get a real usage video from me. You're not going to get somebody who's typing up something trying to figure out what I need to talk about. I need to talk about the specs. I need to tell them about the size of you all. If you're watching the YouTube channel, my channel, or any YouTube channel for that matter, I'm 100% sure that you know about all the specs of the phone. I'm pretty sure you know about the storage options, the battery, the colors, all of that stuff. You don't need another YouTuber telling you this stuff already. You come in here to get a little bit more information of like how the phone performs in real world. And a lot of people do like real world tests and stuff like that, right? I'm not gonna do a real world test because my life is boring. First of all, I'll be sitting here at the desk, sitting here editing photos while my phone's sitting down, and I had a cameraman right here looking at me do that. And that's a real world test. That's a real world test. And then you'll see me get up and walk in the front, grab my iPad or my Galaxy tablet, sit at my table with my cup of coffee, with my phone right here beside, and I put it like a movie on a show of that while I'm on Twitter. That's a real world test that you're gonna get from me. If I'm in front of the video game when I'm gaming with my boys, I'm gonna have my Pixel phone right here in front of me every so often, getting on Twitter in between the matches. That's real world. And then you're gonna see me going back and forth to work. You're gonna see me going to fast food restaurants, sitting down. You're gonna see me doing all that. That's a real world test that you're gonna get from me. You're like, dang, you don't do anything? No. Like I can't see myself trying to find reasons to be on my device just for the sake of a video. It's just crazy. I don't know. Just can't do it. You're gonna get the real from me. Dominique, appreciate you, what you do. Thank you, man. I appreciate you too, man. I appreciate all of you actually that's in here, that's been listening to me rant about this. I appreciate all of you, but you already know how I am with my my channel and stuff. Hello, Devon and chat. Hey, what's up? Can you buy tech for the channel as a tax write? We could. You know what? I'm not a tax guy, but you do make a good point. Maybe I could buy stuff for my channel and then write it off as taxes. That's very possible. I would have to look into that and make sure, you know, it's a smart financial move that I can do if I do stuff like that. But because I mean, obviously I'm gonna want the money back because I'm not gonna really, you know, like literally if I bought the Flip right now, the Galaxy Flip, just say I bought that for the sake of because it just came out, right? I would use that and shoot a video for you guys and then put it down. That's like $1,000 sitting down on the table because I'm still not going to leave my Pixel. I'm not going to leave my Pixel. And then for me to get a long-term review out of that phone, that means I had to put my SIM card back in the Flip and actually use it, right? And keep using it. But then I'm looking at my Pixel and I'm like, what month is this? I gotta get my SIM card. So like I try to buy products that I'm actually physically really going to use so I can really give you a real experience from it and not just try to use it for the sake of a video. So, you know, I'm sorry, you know, if that's what you're expecting from this type of YouTuber. You're really going to get a guy. If you see me buy a product, you can trust and believe that I still own it and I'm still using it even after the hype, even after like 6 months. Even after a year or so, I'm still using it. My iPads, I still use it. My Galaxy Tab, I still use it. I don't shift when the next one come out all the time just for the sake of it. And especially when it comes to tablets, you know, so just know that you're going to get real content from me of usage. I just not going to go out here and buy everything. Now, if you want me to do a video of how many different chicken sandwiches around here, or whatever, I do buy those consistently. Whenever a new company make a new chicken sandwich, I'm out here, me and my wife, we out here driving there, trying to go pick it up, like Zaxby's and Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. Who else got? No, not Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A already had chicken sandwich. Zaxby's got one, Burger King got one, McDonald's had one, nasty. Shoot, I don't know what y'all got in y'all states and countries and stuff, but yeah, stuff like that. Let me see. Let me go back to the chat. Yo, yo, yo. All right, what up, what up, what up? Hi, like man, what's your favorite phone? For me, it's Apple and Highlight Original produced communities face. My favorite phone right now is currently the Pixel. Right now, the Pixel 6. Before that, it was the just Samsung, whatever new Samsung phone. But now it's the Pixel. Um, I do. I have a love-hate relationship with Apple. If you're new here, I said it earlier. I keep an iPhone. I can't pull myself to get rid of an iPhone, to be honest with you, but I can't also pull myself to make it my main device or whatever like that. Even with like all the ecosystem products and stuff, which is, crazy because a lot of people love that. Matter of fact, when I had my my Galaxy phone, you can receive your phone calls and text messages to the tablet. Bro, I turn that feature off. That junk is so annoying. It also goes to your computer too. It's so annoying. When I put my SIM card, when my SIM card is in my iPhone, I turn it off on my computer. I turn it off on my tablet. I do not want, like, literally, even right now, I had Google Duo on every device in my house, right? When my mom or my family call me on Duo, like all of my speakers, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I just counted 8 speakers in my house, right? Well, speakers and Nest, Nest speakers and hubs and audios, like a mixture of them, right? 8 of them in here. When it goes off, when my Duo goes off, all of that goes off. It rings that, and it rings on all of my phones, my iPad, my iPhone, my tablet. And yeah, it's crazy for me to just sit here with all these devices on. I don't always do that. Sometimes I'm using them and I forget to turn them back off when I'm done with them. So everything kind of like rings at the same time. It's so annoying. I can't imagine how people use that feature to, receive phone calls on their phone, on their computer. And then on my Mac with the messaging, I'm always like editing, listening to music. So I hate to have it muted. So while I'm playing music, all you hear is ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I just turn it off. It's so annoying. Great ecosystem feature. Definitely usable. Not for me, but I definitely, appreciate that it's there because I have used it sometimes it's been convenient. Right now I got Telegram open right now on my computer and on my tablets and stuff like that. But I got everything kind of like muted except for my main phone, and it's fine using that or whatever. So it's just crazy. But yeah, that's my love hate with the iPhone. But man, the one thing from Apple that I just couldn't get rid of, I tried. It was my iPad. It's right there, right there beside my Galaxy tablet, right there. I love these 2 tablets. These are like my favorite 2 tablets. I draw on both of these tablets. You asked me which one is better for drawing. I find the Galaxy tablet better for me because of the pen, the comfort of the pen. Let me grab that pen real quick. So the S Pen, still see my face? Get out. Block it out, block it out, block it out, block it out, block it out. All right, y'all got it. All right, so you see like the width or the thickness of the Apple pencils is pretty thick. So when I'm writing and drawing for like a lot of hours, if you get a little focus, this is so comfortable and it's so light. It feels cheap and it's real light, and I love it, and I love the tip of it as well. So then the Apple Pencil, on the other hand, it's pretty thick. Okay, it's not like a normal pencil size to me. I never had a pencil this thick unless it was like one of them red pencils when I used a pencil fight and break everybody pencils. They'd be like, oh no, not Antoine. He coming over there with that big old pencil. And the tip is too thick. Like I never had a pencil tip this thick before ever in my life. I'd be having some sharp ass pencil that stick you right through your eye. So I do love drawing on the Galaxy tablet because of the pen itself. That's the factor for me. And you will say, well, what about the app? Well, I use Infinity Painter. I love it a lot. I do love Procreate. I still use it too to this day. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't use it. I still use it, but I do love Infinity Painter because it has some features in there, and it works on Android and iOS or iPad OS, which is even better. So I have the same drawing app on both, and I can just send my drawings back and forth if I need to. So this is a big factor for me, is the comfort. And then the best thing about the S Pen, some of you might learn today, is that you do not need to charge this pen to draw at all. This pen does not need a charge. It only needs a charge if you want to do like magical gestures like you Harry Potter. with the Bluetooth. If you need the Bluetooth features of gestures, and that's about it, or take a picture, right? But I'm not taking a picture with my tablet. Come on, cameras are horrible. So, yeah, so that's pretty much. But every time I got rid of my iPad, I end up getting it again. The experience on the iPad is just so incredible. I like it's man, it's I love the iPad, man. That's all I can say. You know, it's hard to get rid of, but at the same time, like the Galaxy tablet actually fulfills a lot more of my needs. Like the other day, I decided to put like a bunch of movies onto my Galaxy tablet. I literally just plugged it up to my plug my external hard drive up to it, and then just start transferring the movies onto the SD card just like that, right? And then with my iPad, I had to either try to do the AirDrop thing, but I can't go over like 2 gigs, and I tried to do the transfer thing or something like that, and it just kept failing on me. Or I had to plug it up, and I forgot how to do it. I had to plug it up, open iTunes, and sync it or something like that, and try to get it under VLC player. It's just a whole lot. So literally, what I'm saying right now on this tablet, I have actual movies that I've downloaded up there right now, like a lot of movies, like at least 60 of them. And on my iPad, I strictly just stream everything. I just use my streaming apps. I'm not even gonna go through the struggle of trying to put movies up there anymore because it's just too much. Those are the things, my gripes about like how Apple operate with things. But you know, I still love the experience, but I just know what I'm walking into when I buy these Apple products. You just got to know what you're getting, right? You know, you're used to what you're used to, and just got to know. Let me see. I got all right, bro. Take it easy, man. Appreciate you coming through the live. I'm sorry if you're already going already, but I appreciate you coming through, Mark. So yeah, I keep on hitting my microphone. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's how I feel about that or whatever like that. But I love both of them equally, to be honest with you. I have a hard time like getting rid of both, period, because every time I got rid of the iPad, I ended up going back out and grabbing another one. But I did mess up by getting a 12-inch one. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm going to go ahead and get a 11-inch again. I think the form factor for iPads is better at 11-inch. I know a lot of people, and I see a lot of channels where a lot of people actually use their iPad for a lot of productive work and everything like that, and video editing and photo editing and all that. I cannot. I prefer to still use Final Cut or DaVinci or Sony Vegas if I'm using Windows. So I'm still like a desktop guy. I tried to do photo editing on iPad, but I can't because I've been using Photoshop for like, I'm a photographer, so I've been using Photoshop for like forever, right? And when I get up there on the iPad and trying to use that Photoshop app or even Infinity Photo that I paid for, I still feel so restricted and limited to what I can do compared to what I can do on an actual computer using the full-blown Photoshop. So I really don't try to get into the editing on the iPad or even using LumaFusion on the iPad. Video edit, same situation. It's good for like, quick little projects, but the stuff that I be trying to do, I could just edit way faster on a PC. So I just never really try to get into that. So as far as like editing on tablets, just not a thing for me. But movies, streaming, social media, signing clients, having my clients sign my PDFs for my contracts when I'm out and about, on just basic stuff. I do that on my tablets, and I'm pretty much fine with that. So basically, when the Pixel tablet come, my expectations, I just need them to have a pen, and I'd be fine. There's already a good drawing app that I like. I just need them to have a pen. I doubt if the software is going to be bad, even if it's exactly like what Samsung is offering without Dex. Let's just say without Dex. Being an Android person, we're kind of familiar with that software. We're familiar with blown up apps, stretched out apps. We're just, at this point, it's like we care, but it don't seem like Google or is pushing the matter, at least until now with Android L. Maybe we'll get those apps now. I don't know. But even if they didn't, I still would be pretty much happy using an Android tablet. I don't even use a lot of the exclusive apps that's built for the iPad itself anyway, so it's not like a big deal. I even made a video and I never posted because I told you guys how I feel about the whole Android, iPhone content stuff or whatever. But I made a video showing like all the apps that I use on both tablets. Literally all the same apps are on both of these tablets, literally, right? Except for the two exclusives over here, which is Infinity Painter, Procreate, and I want to say LumaFusion, but I can't say that right now. I can't say anything on this live stream about So I'm gonna stick to Infinity Photo and what's the other one I just said? Procreate, right? Those are two exclusives over here on the iPad. And then over here, there's like I forgot what exclusive I got over here because I don't even use them that much, but I'll think about it. I could grab it and check in a second though. Anyways, yo, there's like one or two, but I think they're Samsung. Oh, yeah, they're Samsung exclusive. So I use those. And that's about it. Other than that, all the other apps that I use up there are matching apps. And when I went through those apps, I noticed that like Android had some better ones than on iOS, and then iOS had some ones that were better. Like I'll say like this: Facebook, you know, I don't have it up there no more, but Facebook on iPad is better than the Galaxy tablet. But then on the Galaxy tablet, you have Google Photos, which is the tablet version, but on iOS they still have like the phone version up there. So or whatever old version they have, they don't even have like the new version of it. Matter of fact, let me double check that and see if they even sent the update now on iPad. I want to make sure because they probably have it now, but you know at the given time of that video, I noticed that it was nope, they still don't. So they still have like, so this is what that looked like, right? So now on the tablet version, there's menus over here now. It's like better integrated. And I know you can argue and say, well, that's a Google app that makes sense. It does make sense, but this is what y'all always argue. You know, when you can't win the argument, you got to find something else and say about like, you know, well, that's Google app. No, bro, you always talk about, you know, Google don't have apps for the tablet. Well, here is an app for the tablet. So, you know, just like pick your battles. So, and then if you see over here, same thing. Now this is like the tablet version right here. So you get that. So I got a phone call in the middle of my stream, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop that and slap this upside down. So yeah, so you see that right there. And there's a tablet version of it or whatever. And why is my watch still going off? So, yeah. So, you know, there's a lot of apps like that that I found that were like, you know, slightly better in on the Galaxy tablet or slightly better than on the iPad and stuff like that. But then, you know, the iPad do have, I think that where a lot of people talk about these apps and stuff like that is like, there's a lot of actual business and working apps and all of that stuff. So that was my mom too, y'all. Oh. But if she called back twice, you know, that's when it's probably like I gotta answer my mom, you know. But yeah, so yeah, so I did a whole video, but I never posted it. I mean, if y'all interested in seeing it, you know, I could think about, you know, sharing it or not or whatever. But I just didn't think that it, you know, it really mattered or whatever. But I just wanted to, you know, because you guys are not using the same apps that I'm using on the tablet, so it just wouldn't really matter at all or whatever. Let's see. For my phones, I mean, no, bro, this won't work. Let's see music on the stupid dog. It's in the chat. Like, yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, man. I don't know what people are doing on their phones today, man. But I don't really do a lot on my phone. Okay, I'm gonna just text her and say okay. She's trying to tell me that my niece is over there and you know, they're about to leave, but I'm just not gonna make it because I'm doing this, and after this, I'm gonna go eat. So. But yeah, so let me see. Have you tried Astro? Oh, I have tried the astrophotography. Yes, I have. I've been meaning to go back out there to do it again, but I've been so busy, like with just, you know, the YouTube and work and my clients and everything I have to do here. I just haven't went out to go shooting, but I want to go out there again to do some more shooting or whatever. So yeah, it's pretty dope on the Pixel, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's really dope up there. I even did it with the iPhone successfully too, to be honest with you. Not recently, but like a minute ago. If you have a long exposure, it'll still capture some stars, but on the Pixel, it's a night and day difference, and even on the Samsung, it's a night and day difference. You can really tell. So hopefully, Apple get that. For the sake of the people that want it, because I know everybody don't want everything. That's what they say or whatever. Sometimes you don't know what you want until you try it. So I'm always open to trying new stuff. So. Like Trent said earlier, he was like, he wished that the Pixel had better zoom. Like, I don't use it on my Galaxy S21U, and if I use it maybe like 4 or 5 times just to kind of like show off. But it's still practical for a lot of people. So I'm not like one of those people like, I don't use it, I don't care about it. No, I would definitely want it. If somebody else is, you know, another competing person have that feature and have that and it's effective, like really effective, I still want it, whether I use it or not, because I'd rather have it than not have it. It's just, you know, that's just common sense to me. Yeah, it did. It really picked up so many stars, bro. Yeah, you're right. Like it was crazy when I took the picture. I wish you know, if I would known that you was gonna ask that question, I would have had it put up. But I'm not gonna sit here and look for it in my Google Photos. That thing is like down that line. But yeah, it was dope, man. It's a third party that came out. Oh, some third party ones. I'm pretty sure you already know how Android is, man. Everything with Android. If there's something that your Android phone cannot do, I'm pretty sure you can just go online, Google it real quick, or go into the App Store and find an app that just does it for you, which is insanely crazy. Like that's one thing I do love about, you know, Android. And I used to root my Androids back in the days, but I stopped because you can kind of like do everything you want to do without the root. I want to get another Pixel in the future for work, media, content, pictures, keeping my phone for friends. Yeah, um, yeah, I feel you on that, man. A lot of people do stay with iPhones because of the whole FaceTime, and everybody else has it in messages and stuff like that. So I feel you. I have a friend who actually has an iPhone as a second phone, so he can stay in like group messages and FaceTime, and actually use an iPhone as his main. I mean, Android phone as his main phone, and that's sometimes, man, like at least living here in the U.S., it's sad, but it's just like you either love and use an Android, and then you're the outcast to everybody, or you have to get an iPhone and still have an Android. Like us, like people like us, it's like we gotta have both, but everybody else can just enjoy their one phone, and it's like we can't enjoy our phone because how everybody is, you know. But thank goodness that I don't have any family or friends who care about like FaceTime or the blue bubble. We kind of all literally, and I mean literally, we use Telegram and we use Duo or Meet now. And if we do send a text message, we don't really care what color the bubble is. It's not even like a deciding factor. Like why, you know, it's not even that with us. So thank God that's my family. But I can just imagine, you know, everybody else. And the thing is that I feel like people be wanting everybody to have that, you know, iPhone and iMessage when you don't even talk to the people. Like my clients, a lot of my clients, right? We're dealing business. It'd be green. It'd be green all the time. Back, boom, boom, boom. After we're done with our business, I don't hear from them until I need to do business with them again. And that's the reality. We ain't buddy chopping it up or whatever. You don't add me to no group chats and stuff like this. You know, we ain't doing none of that. We're just talking at the moment because we got to conduct this business. After we're done, we're done. And I'm going to my family. You going to your friends and your little chat parties, and we just move on with our lives. Let's see, Dominique. I wanted to get another Pixel in the future. Oh yeah. I already asked that. But yeah, so that's pretty much you know, how that is, or whatever like that. If anybody else new popped in the chat, say hello, man. You know, see who up in here and shout you out or whatever. And tell me what phones y'all using currently at the moment. What phones y'all planning on getting this year. If anybody's going with the new iPhones and new Pixels that's coming out, if you're not getting any Samsung phones or whatever. But, you know, next year the cycle starts all over because everybody know right now is Samsung season right now. But as soon as September comes, about the 18th, it's going to be Apple season. Turnaround is going to be Techtober. And it's going to be Pixel season pretty much. And then we're going to fall right back into Samsung season. Samsung season lasts a long time, at least here in the United States. And then we just got to wait for Apple's keynote, the next one, or whatever, about the new iOS version and what we want and what we not going to get, stuff like that, you know. So I feel like it's the same cycle every year. But you got to love it, though, because, you know, one day we're going to get what we want sometimes, you know, maybe. In the United States, of course, the rest of the world is not. Yeah, man. Look, man. To be honest with you, I see online a lot that people say, you know, Americans are stupid. You know, they really say like a lot of mean things, you know, about us and saying that we're stupid because of the whole iMessage and blue bubble thing. I don't really want to go that far and say that, you know, being, you know, using their term stupid or whatever like that. But yes, iMessage is a problem in the U.S. for sure. I didn't even know that it was a problem in the U.S. until I found out that the rest of the world kind of uses WhatsApp. You know, I didn't even know that. So yeah, we are kind of closed off in a bubble here. But, you know, the more I learned, the more, you know, I understood, like, you know, what was happening and stuff like that. And yeah, iMessage is definitely an issue here. The bullying stuff that you see is real. I've been working with kids for about 12 years now, and I see it amongst the kids. You know, they be like, oh, you got Android quality. I hear it so many times when they talk about another kids and they got Android quality. And, you know, I'd be wanting to pull out like my Android phone, take a picture, and you're like, eat that, you know, like to these kids and stuff like that, because you know they get in this mindset that like iPhone is just superior in every possible way or whatever like that. And what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, you finally caught me on a stream, first stream ever, bro. Sorry if I got one, you know, one left channel. We're gonna figure that out later though. Let's see. Currently using the Fold 3. I'm grabbing it. Yeah, Fold 3. Yeah, I had one briefly and I took it back and I did some footage of it, but I lost it. So, plan on trying to get the 4 this year after I get some other things first, and then I'm gonna get that. But you should definitely grab that 6A. I heard good things about that 6A. I almost walked out the store with a 6 Pro and a 6A because I already have the 6, and I was just like, why not get all 3 of them? But I was like, nah, bro, that's fanboying right there. That's too hard. That's too hard fanboying, because I literally, if I had all 3 phones right now, like literally all 3 phones, right, I would probably be using this one, the Pro, right? I wouldn't even use this one, and then I wouldn't use the 6A. So why am I buying the 6A? Like, that's just too much. Just to have it, to be like, yo, look, I got all 3. No, like, I'm gonna sell this one, and I'm gonna keep this one. Then I'm gonna get the 7 Pro, and I'm gonna use this one as a beta phone. It's gonna be my beta phone for the next few years, while I use the 7 Pro as my main phone. So like, I'm not that person. But yeah, back to the iPhone, you know, like, I mean, the iPhone, back to iMessage. Yeah, it's a problem, man. It's a real problem. And I really, you know, when I see people talk about us Americans, you know, I mean, yo, don't get me wrong. People here do some stupid stuff. I mean, some stupid stuff. And that's beyond the phones. I mean, just stupid stuff. And I'm never going to defend that, you know, because matter of fact, I'm not even going to defend nobody that's not even my family. I don't really care. And I'm not even going to defend this country because they don't even treat me right personally. So it's just that, you know, it happens. You know, people say what they say, and we do have this problem. Rest of the world chilling. You know, WhatsApp or Telegram or any other services don't have no problem. But here, it's a bullying issue. I see it amongst the kids and stuff like that. And it's just so sad that people are getting bullied into, you know, not owning an iPhone, and you have to go ahead and get one because some people genuinely just like Android better. And that's okay. I'm rocking the S21 Plus. The foldables are so tempting, but they're far too expensive. Yeah, you think? Man, the new price that was started now, the tech becomes more. Yeah, it will drop when it becomes common, and whew, man, I've been trying to wait for that, but it's like it's not happening no time soon. So I'm going to bite the bullet this year, and I'm going to grab me a Fold. But man, that's going to be a hard pill to swallow. So, hopefully I will like give y'all my impressions video, but you might not get experience video out of it. I'm just saying you might not, because I might return it if I can't find any usability for me in my day-to-day, because if it can't go in my pocket and I actually use it daily, I'm not gonna keep $1,800 sitting on a desk somewhere and again hold it for you to try to give you a experience video that I'm pretty much giving you false information because I have not been using the phone. Literally, when I did my S21 video a year later, I secretly took my second SIM and put that junk right back inside that phone and been using it alongside my Pixel 6, but I kept my Pixel 6 in my pocket 90% of the time in the day. So my battery was just always on like 80, higher than 85% every day, because I was pushing the S21U really hard, trying to use it. And I used it for like an additional 6.5 months before I decided to go ahead and start writing up my review, because I didn't want to sit here and be like, oh, the battery is still great, or this is still good, and this is this and that. And I really didn't use it. Like, I literally wouldn't do that to anybody, because, you know, I'm built around telling the truth and not sugarcoating anything. So, you know, I did that. It is though, iMessage. Yeah, iMessage is definitely a problem. Yeah. So, and it's sad because I keep my iPad because of it. But I don't really talk to anybody on iMessage. It's crazy because I have like 2 friends that iMessage me, and they're not like personal friends I met. They're like friends that I met on Twitter, and we're pretty cool now. And they pretty much like Apple, so they use that, and I'm okay with that. But everybody else I talk to, we're on like Telegram, and we just text. It don't really bother us. And the security guard, I use my phone portal first. My log. Please secure my systems. Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. But security guard, man, you better protect people, man. Yeah, productivity is important when it comes to phone. Screen calling, yes. Pixel camera, yeah. I think about this a lot, right? If we all sit here and think about the phones that we use right now, right? Think about like no matter whether it's iPhone or Xiaomi or HTC, whatever that you're using right now, like you can like take features from other phones and put it into that phone to make yourself a perfect phone. Because no matter how much I love my Pixel right now, currently at the moment, it is by far not a perfect phone. It has its flaws. It still has gripes that I was like, oh, I wish I had this. Oh, I wish I had this. Oh, I wish I had this. But in its current state, I am enjoying the phone, and I really wish that one day, like just imagine one day, OEM, sorry, will allow us to actually custom order our devices. Now I knew that was a thing for some modular phones kind of per se back in the days that just never made it to mainstream. But just imagine if you can literally kind of go to like, apple.com and pick apart what you actually want. They give you several options to put in there and the prices change based off of that. But I mean, it'd probably be hella expensive though, because you're talking about manufacturing a personal phone. So that's kind of like what Tesla do when you order their car and you got to get it months later. But I'm pretty sure a lot of us would do that. A lot of us would do that. We wouldn't even care how long it takes. We would put it on our order and we'll wait for that phone, because that phone would be catered literally towards you at that point. And that would be so dope if we can actually do that, but they have to have good options up there for us to include into the devices and stuff like that. And then of course we just get their software, but the hardware wise is what I mean. Like if we can just pick the hardware that we want to put into our devices would be so freaking dope. Obviously we can't do nothing about the software though. Signal. Yeah, I got a friend of mine put me onto Signal, and I guess I just never like got to it that deeply. So I just kind of favored towards Telegram. A lot of my friends, we were on Hangouts first. We was on then we swapped to Allo, and then Allo we tried to do Signal. Well, I tried to do Signal, but I did Signal with like 3 of them. But then I was like, you know what? Telegram, because Telegram seemed to be more popular here. So if there's a third party app in the US that people are using, it's Telegram. Telegram is like that one. So you got WhatsApp outside and maybe Signal, and here in the US it's like Telegram. Like I get a lot of my contacts pop up on Telegram all the time, like, hey, and I say, hey, I say, you got Telegram? And they be like, yeah, my job made me get this. I was like, really? So it's kind of funny. Pixel for productivity too. I want a keyboard. Yeah. Oh, look, don't get me wrong. I don't care what anybody say. I really don't care what anybody say about these phones. Every phone in your hand can be a productivity device, regardless. Now, are there phones out here that do it better? Of course. If you got a phone that folds up and you got a pen, yeah, of course. But you still can get the same stuff done on an iPhone or an iPad. iPhone or Android phone or, a Note and everything like that. But it's just the experience that you get and how you get there to it. Because, I could use Apple Notes, type up whatever I gotta say. I can use the Pixel, Google Keep, or any other Note third-party app, right? And type up what I need to say. Or I can just use my S20, S21U, or S22 or Note phone and then write the jank. You're still getting the same, productivity out of it, but you're just getting it differently. So every phone can be that. When people say that, this phone is more productivity than the other phone, yeah, that's true. But there's, that don't mean it's not, because people try to classify like, the iPhone's a good work phone. Bro, the Android phone is a good work phone. What do you mean? I could use the whole Android phone as a USB port, USB drive to any computer that I plug it up to, except for a Mac, pretty much, really. But unless you use Android transfer, but can you do that with your iPhone? Can you transfer files like that, plug it up and use it as a thumb drive and plug it up to somebody's tablet or somebody's phone or somebody else's phone? Like somebody else's phone? That is crazy. So like, it's always about how you get there and how that company does it. That's all it is. You can still do the stuff, but it's just some companies does it where it's easier and some companies make it a lot challenging. You got to jump around loops. So, but that's the beauty of tech. That is the beauty of having options on the market, because everything doesn't just fit one person at all. So you buy what works for you. I miss Hangouts. I miss Hangouts so much too. Yes, I do. Yeah, I keep saying LG, man, LG. I wish that we can get some DAX in our phones like LG used to do. RIP to the DAX in LG, because man, I Kept an LG phone just for music at one point in my life, literally. Yep. Meet and Duo is basically Hangouts now. Meet and Duo, I agree with that a little bit. I would say it's kind of like Hangouts a little bit, but to me, Hangouts was the equivalent of what iMessage is now. And if they would have pushed that and kept that going, because literally you can set Hangouts as your default messenger, and you receive messages over the internet, or you can receive them as SMS. Same thing was going on with iMessage. So I will give it more of that. But then you can do video calls with Hangouts. So yes, it's somewhat in there. I agree somewhat. I'm with you. LG, yes, LG, and I'll say LG and like Samsung, they're not afraid to innovate. They try some crazy stuff. Y'all remember, I don't know how old some of you are, but y'all remember when Samsung came out with like a 6.9-inch phone, like a freaking tablet in your hand. Like the Nexus 7 was 7 inches. Samsung made a phone that big, like literally, and was just like, yo, here y'all go, buy it. I mean, it was crap, but you know, they weren't afraid to try to do something, and they're still not afraid to try to do stuff. They still kind of jump out there. But LG, they on that level too. They got some weird looking devices out there, and you know, trying, but they ain't really break mainstream. Meet is Duo, Duo is Meet, same thing. Yeah, Duo and Meet is the same thing. I think you know, as much as I like Google, man, they be tripping, bro. They be tripping with these apps. You don't know if an app gonna get, you know, dropped one day. You don't know if the name gonna get changed, the colors of it. You don't know if it's not gonna function. You don't even know if Google just gonna just freaking leave the planet Earth. I don't know, man. They just do some questionable stuff with this stuff, man. Like Duo was fine. Duo was making waves. Meet felt like more like business, and now you crossing Meet and business together. Like, I mean, Meet and Duo, which is, you know, personal and business. You just slap it together and just gonna call it Meet. And I don't know, man. They should have just kept it as Duo. I'm sorry. It just didn't make sense. And they have a whole business suite. Just leave the business stuff to business. Hangouts was simplified. It was so simplified. Literally, I had this conversation with my friends. I literally had this conversation. As when iMessage blew up, right? Apple just integrated their own little chat and SMS in their iMessage app. That's what they did, right? Google literally, and I mean literally, had the same thing. Apple backed that shit, supported it, blew it up. Google dropped it, removed it, changed it, switched it, flipped it, dipped it. They just fucked it up. Literally could have had a messaging app. And here, get this. Hangouts was pre-installed on every Android phone at the time that I was buying. Pre-installed. Meaning that all I had to do is just change it to my default messaging, but Google could have literally kept growing that app and did that themselves. They could have just removed the whole SMS app and just had Duo as the text messaging and over the internet messaging app, period. And we will be in a better situation, at least for Android to Android, which we still are in a good situation because RCS to RCS is good. But the problem that we have is Apple to Android and app and Android to Apple. There's no good communication between the two. When people say that, you know, Android should have had a better messaging app. No, yes, right? Yes, but no. We're trying to find a gap between the two, not Android to Android. Android to Android have no problem communicating right now. It's Android to Apple, Apple to Android. We want that gap to be better. That's what we want. That's what we all should want. We shouldn't be fighting about, you know, them adapting RCS. Even if they never adapt RCS, who cares, right? Who cares? But I believe that Google and Apple should come up with a better solution between the two to have better messaging between the two. That's it. Not saying that we need to have iMessage over here or they need to have this over here. Just a better way to communicate between the two. That's it. So we can get high-res photos, send files, and everything else. We do not care to have iMessage over here, and we ain't begging for it, and we don't really care if they never adapt RCS, but we seem like right now it just seems like RCS could be the solution to help us communicate between the two of us. Between the two of us, that's all we want. Apple to Apple is fine. Android to Android is fine. We're good. But we trying to bridge that communication between the two. That's what we need. That's what I think Google is trying to do, and people is reneging against it. I'm kind of for it, whether it's RCS or something else. I don't care what it is that comes. I just want them to just grow the fuck up and just come up with ways so we can communicate with each other, because that's what these phones are made for, to communicate with each other and not cause all this diversity between everybody. That's what's happening. And it's not their job. It's really not their job. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not their job to do that. But that's what the phones were made for, communication. So help us figure that shit out. You know, it's not really their job. It's the people that's causing the diversity the most. I'm gonna put up to the people, because there's the ones that care about SMS or green and blue and fighting over this and fighting over that. It's really us. But at the same time, we got to hold these companies somewhat accountable for that. All right, let me get to the messages real quick. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I hate talking about this crap, because, I mean, people just fight too much about this. People said the Note 2. Yeah, the Note 2. Yeah, Trent, Note 2 was huge, man. That jank ain't big now. That jank ain't big now at all. Oh, my man Ed. I got to shout my man Ed out. Thank you, Ed, yo. We need harmony. You know it, bro. You know it, man. This man, yo, I love this dude, man. He's always there to support me and everything like that, man. I appreciate you for coming through the stream, Ed, for sure, man. But yeah, I think we do need harmony for sure. Facts preach. Thank you. Hangouts is the golden standard. Yes, Hangouts was so good, man. Hangouts so good. Google, like, I wish Google would have just hired me back in the day. I would be like, nah, man, we ain't getting rid of Hangouts, man. Put that shit as default. Make sure that everybody has it as the default messaging, is already, you know, automatically going to switch over to the internet when anybody else is using Hangouts. And if it's on every Android phone, everybody's going to already be using it. And problem would have been solved to this day if they had just done that and just kept in, you know, making Hangouts better, adding features to it, because it was already a solid foundation from the beginning. They just needed to add to it. iMessage was not anywhere remotely good as it is today. They had a foundation. Apple built on that foundation, and now we got something really, really good from them, and that's great. But I'm just sick of everybody saying that, you know, it's an Android problem, bro. It's not an Android problem. I have no problem communicating with my mom, who uses Android, or my stepdad, or anybody else, and sending them high files, or any of my little photography buddies, or my other friends that I play the game with. I have no problem talking to them if we're Android to Android. It's just whenever I send something to somebody with an iPhone, or somebody for the iPhone send something to me, we have the problem together. It's like a together problem. It ain't no Apple problem or Android problem. It's a together problem. I'm trying to get you this high-res photo, but I got to go through a loop, and you got to go through a loop. Hey, can you download this app? Why don't you just get an iPhone? That's what they say, right? That's stupid. You want me to go buy an iPhone so I can send you this high-res photo, but you could download a free app? Or we could just send it a different way. I don't know if I got to email you. I don't care. But it's just people are the ones that's causing this problem the most than anything. But I do, you know, the companies need to get it together too, bro. This is security reasons too. When someone with iPhones. Yeah, I mean, yes, security reasons, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I get all the risks and everything of sending these messages back and forth when it's SMS and all that, but that's what I'm trying to tell you, that they need to figure that out, how we can communicate better between each other. That's like, we can sit here and talk about the risks, we could talk about the security all day long, but none of that fixes the problem. Just because they add RCS and whatever they're gonna, if they ever do add anything, they have to figure out how to make it secure and everything else along with it. It ain't just giving us RCS on the iPhone and then we just like, okay, now we're happy because we got full res photos. Figure all of it out. Don't just give us just that. Figure all of it out so we can all just communicate better. Like, I get the risks of this stuff in SMS. That's the whole point. Let me see. Yeah, and keep in mind, RCS, as far as my understanding, I'm not a professional. Don't think I'm a professional, guys. As far as I know about RCS, Apple can adopt their own version of RCS. Everybody keep thinking like Google owns it. Google do not own that jank, right? So Apple can make their own version, but it's still RCS, and they could just make sure that it communicates with the RCS protocols or whatever. So, like, it's not, RCS is not owned by Google. It's not their thing. So, like, Apple clearly can make their own if they wanted to, but money, right? Money. If Google kept Hangouts naturally interrupted like Apple did iMessage, I'm sure Apple could have found it. Yeah, I will agree. I will agree. And just imagine, like he said, if they had developed, if Google had kept Hangouts and developed it, then Apple would probably find a way at that point to communicate better. And you're right. And I believe even if that was the case, right, I feel like people wouldn't even mind downloading Hangouts on their iPhone if that was the case too as well. The problem is that you have certain different types of generations using iPhones. You have those people who, oh, what's that app? Oh, download that app. What do you call that? And they're downloaded, right? And then you have those people like, I don't mind downloading this app to talk to you. Then you have those ones like, get an iPhone. You have like different types of users will say different types of things because you're inconvenient their life because they need to download an app. But yet, let like an app like, let's just say, I think it was an app called Spaces. Was it called Spaces? I don't remember. It was like Twitter Spaces. I forgot the name of that app. If you guys can remember the name of the app, it was like Twitter Spaces, where you go into the live space and people talk to you. I forgot what it's called. That app became popular. Everybody on an iPhone and Android phone didn't have no problem downloading it. Then you had freaking TikTok came out, blew up. Everybody didn't have no problem downloading that app. So the excuse of saying that nobody wants to download a third-party app, that's stupid because people download Snapchat and send snaps to each other, which is a third-party app, which is still a form of communication. So that whole argument, Clubhouse, thank you, Clubhouse, it was called Clubhouse. So that whole argument is stupid to me, saying that somebody don't want to download a third-party app. We do it all the time. Some people probably got multiple platforms of communication on their device right now. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok. All of those are social media apps, just like if you was to download Telegram, WhatsApp, or Hangouts, where you can socialize, you can communicate regardless. So that whole, you missed me with the whole third party thing. That's crazy to me right there. Said an email coming out during Fortnite trial that they lose. I miss they lose. I was said in the email that they came out during the Fortnite trial that if they lose iMessage, they lose their iPhone. Oh gosh, Fortnite is toxic, bro. I'm sure Apple wouldn't want that knowledge to reach the public. No, they don't want that knowledge to reach the public. They don't. I mean, in the end, I gotta respect all of these companies and how they make their money because in the end, that's what it's about, being profitable. So I can't fully blame them for their actions and their moves, but us as people, we also have to do better as people too. We can't let these companies kind of control the narrative of how we communicate with each other and how we treat each other and how we talk to each other because of a bubble or because of a different choice of a device. And it's we got to hold accountability for ourselves, and it's like that. I see it on Twitter so much. It frustrates me. Y'all see it in my messages and stuff when I talk up there on Twitter about all this stuff and everything. It's just it really gets under your skin sometimes. Because you try to be kind and good to people. I really rarely lash out at anybody on Twitter, and I've been doing so much better at not doing it because I try to respect everybody and what they use and stuff like that. But sometimes, people just get under your skin. Y'all already know how it is. I'm human, bro. Y'all already know. Let me see. Clubhouse. I think the bigger problem is everybody use different messaging apps. Apple uses the one the whole time. And yes, and I agree with that. That is the problem, that everybody uses different messaging apps. You're correct. That is, and we don't have one common one. That's why I'm saying like SMS. We can all agree that SMS, or at least here in the United States, right, is one app. Well, not app, one service that we can say that everybody actually has and use. And I think that Google wants them to replace that with RCS, which, is cool. But if Apple replaced that, or Apple wouldn't have to replace it. Apple would have to actually add it. Because think about this. If every Android phone has RCS, because we still have SMS, right? So we have no fallback if we have no data. We have no fallback. The SMS is still a fallback. If nobody has any data connection at all, we can still use SMS. So Apple don't need to remove SMS. They just need to adopt their own version of RCS so we can have, that type of communication with each other. Or they just, like I said before, they just need to come up with something together to help us communicate better, or not. I mean, I don't think there are, period. So I'm okay with that because I don't have a problem communicating with my friends. But, I understand the frustration between a lot of people and how they can get mad about somebody messing up a group chat, which I still think is stupid, but still, I get it because I'm not going to try to be, one set minded, just thinking about me and not everybody else. I get it or whatever like that because I would love for everybody to be on Telegram because I love Telegram, and people who love iMessage would love everybody to be up there. But it's just not a reality right now because communication is just so scattered right now with the world that we all don't have one common with one form of communication that's like default for everyone. And you cannot say the iPhone is because iPhones exist, Android phones exist, other phones exist. So you cannot sit there and say that iMessage is like the default message for everybody in the world. It's not. All right. As far as iMessage is concerned, keeps using that Walden. iMessage do keep people in the garden, Walden garden for sure. Even when I use my iPhones and I do have them, I pretty much never really use iMessage. Sometimes I even turn it off. Be honest with you. I do the same thing with a lot of Samsung stuff. I don't use a lot of their products, like their software. I'm a person who likes to use like third parties that connect all of my devices together. So like when I was using my iPhone and I use my iPad and I use my Galaxy tablet, and I use Google products because they work on all of them, so I can communicate and use those on all three. And I never got like walled into like Apple or Samsung. But you could say I'm like trapped into Google because the fact that they're open to all, everything. And I guess you can call that a trap too as well. Security pit reaches and Apple don't reach the public, but let Google slip up. Oh yeah, man. Look, you know what? To be honest with you, man, and I'm not even trying to be funny. I do see more talk about Apple breaches than I ever seen Google ever, literally. And I'm not even looking for that. I just be strolling down my I'll be up over here on my Pixel right here, and I'll swipe over and I'll be down this feed right here, and then they were like another hack from Apple and this and that to the third. They were like update your iOS right away and all that. I see that so much, and when I think about security, I just be like, dang, Apple be like they always getting hacked. But also at the same time, like they're so popular, why not try to hack them, right? Nobody's trying to hack Google, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, but I do see a lot of security breaches on Apple. But you're right, it doesn't hit the public. But if it happened with Google, everybody's blowing up, no doubt. I see that a lot. You know how everybody is. They need to put their own aside and do it. Yes, Ed. Yes, I agree. They need to put their differences aside and do what's best for us, for real. Like literally for us, man. I tell a lot of people, I don't think that people who buy Android every year is going to just go out there and run and grab an iPhone. And people who buy iPhones are not going to leave their iPhone to go buy an Android phone. There's a few people, right? But that's like the minority number. That's a very small number that people switch over to one side to the other side each year. But I don't think that if they come up with a good messaging solution between the two, and because people say iMessage is gonna hurt them if they come up with something. I doubt that seriously. Apple, we're talking about Apple here. Apple sells a $20 cloth that went like viral on Twitter and YouTube. Apple. So I don't think them giving better communication between Android or any other device will hurt the company at all whatsoever. Because half of the people I know will continue to buy an iPhone the next year, the next year, the next year. And me buying a Pixel and iPhone, actually, both companies make money from me, but still, I don't think that's a case. So, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. A lady had a girl ghost me once because of my message. Man, you know what? I seen this story so much that people said girls be out here like dropping dudes and don't want to talk to them because they have an Android. I really didn't think it was a thing until I seen it happen in my face. I was just like, yo, are you serious? That is crazy. That is you could walk away from the love of your life because the dude got a green bubble. That dude can have he can treat you like a queen. He could probably be financially stable and just have so much, and he could have done so much for you, but you seen a green bubble, you like, yeah. Bad choices in life. That is a bad choice in life. On Twitter, no, like the rest of the media don't say anything. They don't say anything. It makes sense because Apple super important rich people. Super important rich people. Yeah, that man won and everything. Yeah. Yep. Oh, my man Mike up in here. What up, Mike? What up, Mike? It's my first stream, man. How you doing? I talk with people on all the time who own an iPhone and don't use iMessage on FaceTime. Yeah, see? Yeah, man. I'm one of those people, man. I have an iPhone and I really don't use FaceTime and iMessage. I mean, hell, if I let me damn tablet. Like I think my niece, right? My niece is probably like the only one because she's young, so it makes sense, right? She's like 13 years old. I think I got a missed call from her up here. So this is like my iMessage list. I mean FaceTime list right here. I'm not gonna show too much though. But yeah, that's literally like my fiance. But my wife, she FaceTimed me about a few months ago. This is months ago since her last one, and my niece was months ago too. And I had a friend that I messaged months ago, and that's it. Yeah, I really don't use it. Like Duo is like good enough. I mean, it's a video call. I mean, people got Zoom, people got Duo. There's other ones out here that you got. Oh, hey. My girl just shut my door. She scared me. All right, so I would have believed it if I didn't. Yeah, I didn't believe it too, man, until I seen it happen. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad that people are like that. Let me see. I think I was worried about parents buying their young children. Yeah, and you know what's so funny? Despite of like everybody always talking about iMessage and stuff and iPhones here, man, look, 90% of the people here are buying these things off carrier. They're on payment plans. So that's why they stay on the phone in the first place. They upgrade from one to the next one on the payment plan. Anyways, like half of the world, I heard that y'all get unlocked device. We don't get unlocked devices here. We got to actually buy them from the company directly if we want them unlocked. iPhones don't even really come unlocked that I know of. Nope, they don't. So you actually have to buy them from Apple or Samsung or Google if you want to unlock the device, and carriers do payment plans. So that's why a lot of people buy iPhones, and it's easy for them to walk in a store, and if you got decent credit, they'll say, hey, all you got to do is pay the taxes on it, and you drop in like $75 or $55 out, and you walking out the store with an iPhone Pro Max 2020 2050 BC edition. Literally, that thing could cost like 50 grand, and you walking out there paying $75 on it. It's that easy to walk in the store, in a carrier store, and walk out with whatever device you want. And that's how it is here in the United States. I mean, hey, it happened to Drake too. Drake. Everybody loves Drake. Worried about parents buying their children cheap Android phones. Yeah, I feel you. Parents don't know. When it comes to like Android, a lot of people don't know what to buy, and I'll admit that. It's just saturated with so many different OEMs out here when it comes to Android. So if there was just only Google making Android and they only made Pixels and their iPhones or iOS, and then like say Samsung had their own OS or whatever, then it would have been that. Yes, babe. I'm in the stream, right?
I know.
What?
Kind of wanted to hug you.
You want to hug? Come on, hug me. Hurry up. Come on. Lord, girl, you so silly. Bye. Get out of here. All right, guys.
That's the one that texted you, by the way. That was your Raven.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
Okay.
She missed me, guys. She missed me. All right, so look. So when it comes to these phones or whatever like that, parents do not know what Android phones to actually get their kids or anything like that. So they just kind of go with the iPhone or whatever like that. But if Apple and Google and everybody else made their own or whatever, then it'd be different, But, Android, that's why I hear people say cheap Androids, because this is the narrative that happens a lot with people, right? I see it like, at least I told you I work with kids about 12 years. So a kid be like, oh, this iPhone is trash. This is trash. And I'm looking at the iPhone they got, right? It says like Azteca, right? I don't even know the name. I'm just throwing out a random name, right? This is a random name. It might be a brand, it might not be. But it'd be like Azteca on the back of the Android phone. It'd be like the most cheapest looking phone that probably get one software update that has no support, no nothing, but it cost the parent about $150 on their plan. So they got it. Versus getting an iPhone that's way more. So then the kid says, Android quality sucks. They got a bad camera, they got bad software, it's slow, and Snapchat and all the other apps don't look good, and they just trash or whatever. And yeah, Mike, she wanted a hug, bro. I get you one too, Mike. But they offer, you know, they get them. They talk about these cheap phones and everything like that, and the parents, you know, and the parents buy them, and the kids just get bullied, and then they drop that cheap phone, and then they get an iPhone. Now everyone knows, like me and everyone else in the world knows, that Apple makes pretty much premium devices. Even their cheapest device is expensive, kind of per se, but it's still premium. It's still premium, not the SE, but we're talking about like the 7. I mean, like the regular, you know, like the where am I? Where we at? What iPhone are we at right now? 13, like the 13, 12 series, 10, 11 series, stuff like that. But you know, you get my drift. So they go out there and buy a premium phone. So now to them, Apple offers a better experience, but you never even had a decent enough Android phone to even have that. But then you got people like us on Twitter, people who just want to be haters or genuinely speaking the truth. They get an Android phone, and sometimes when I see somebody with the S20, I see somebody with the S22U and just said, like, the way they shitted on their experience with that phone, it didn't even seem like it was real. It felt like, oh, I had it and I bought the iPhone Pro Max and I'm happy with it. I'm like, but like everything they said about the S22U was like it sounded like they never even bought it. They just said what they wanted to say and hate on it, and then just already had the iPhone and just said they got the iPhone. Like it feel like they never even touched it. Like I've seen people who talk about that phone and had like not so good experiences, but the way that, you know, some people talk about their experiences, it sounds like you never even owned the phone half of the time. So let me get to these comments real quick. Right, true. Yeah, maybe the kids use Android phones when they're young, that it might be less stigma, and it's crazy. Yeah, that's true. You know what I'm saying? My son, right? He has an Android phone. I mean, an iPhone, and he said that he only got it because everybody else had it. This is what my son told me, literally, and this is so true. Like, this is how it happens with iPhone. He said that, Dad, when I get out of school, I'm probably gonna get me an Android phone. He did not yet. He did not get one yet. I'm just letting you know. He graduated and he's working, and he still has his iPhone. In fact, I was about to upgrade him, and I'm thinking about asking him, do he want the Pixel? I'm gonna see what he's gonna say though, and because he told me when he get out of high school, he's not gonna care about, you know, what phone he has, but he only had it. My son didn't even want the AirPods Pro. He didn't even want an Apple Watch. I offered him so many different things, you know, to try to like pull him more into the ecosystem that I don't even like to be pulled into, because he's young, right? He's young, and I thought that's what he wanted, and he literally was like, nah, I'm okay, Dad. No, I'm okay. This is how my son's mentality is. He is literally not like any of the other kids. The blue bubble, green bubble thing, he don't matter to him, none of that. He just like a one-off. And I guess I have a lot to do with it, but my son is more really, to be honest with you, focused on gaming. He's a hardcore gamer. He built his own PC and everything like that. He's like really into that. So when it comes to like phones, he don't care. He really don't care. He's not like all into that. So let's see. Preach 1000 truth. Yeah. You can buy a 3 or 4 year old iPhone and still get support another few years, and that's both good and bad. Good because you can save quite a bit. Also means they have limited features and new. Yeah, I always kind of envy Apple for that, the support that they have on their phones, because you can buy an iPhone that's pretty old and still get updates. But I do notice that, you know, sometimes every time you get an update, the phone, you know, it dials back a little bit more. The experience gets, you know, slightly not better, you know, for some people and stuff like that. So the resale volume is pretty good for those phones and everything like that. I mean, there's nothing to argue about Apple's support at all when it comes to these devices, because I do see, and I tell people a lot, I do see a lot of old iPhones than I see new iPhones, and people are happy with it. Nah, I couldn't. I could never in my right mind go buy a 2 or 3 or 4 year old iPhone. Never. I wouldn't even buy it for anybody else. I couldn't do it. Like me, it's cool, but I get it why these parents do it, because like I think even like the 6S, or matter of fact, I believe the carriers dropped the 6S now because of support. I think the 7 is sold on the carriers now, so you can go and pick up iPhone 7 and 7 Plus from like a carrier, and that's crazy. But you're not gonna go pick up a Pixel 3 XL or a Galaxy 3 or 5 or 6, not even a 7, not even an 8, not even a 9, not even a 10, not even a 20. Yeah, you can't even buy a 20. You're right. You can't even buy an S20 right now from a carrier. You have to buy the 21 series or like the fans edition series that they sell up there, literally. But Apple, they will sell that particular phone up there. But I'm not saying you could go buy a 7, 8, 9, and a 10, but they might have like the cheap model, like a 7 up there. But I think they're trying to push those away and sell you on the SEs. Let's see. I'm going to be sending the flip with my wife in a couple of weeks, and this year, let's see what thing is. I'm gonna leave her iPhone now. She started out as an Android user and won't leave her iPhone now, but you're gonna send her off with the flip. Mike, please tell me what happens with that, bro. Definitely want to see how that experience is gonna go for her. I had some teens say Apple had better software. I asked them to open two. I had a teen say that Apple has better software. I asked them to open up 2 apps side by side on YouTube and picture, and they couldn't do it. Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and say that when it comes to software, yes, I think that Android has better software, but not like all Android. But I do think that Apple definitely optimizes their software really good, and I would still honestly say they might still be at the top of like optimization, but I'm kind of hard pressed a little bit right now between them and Pixel, or well Google right now with their Pixels. So I'm putting them pretty close up there. Now I get it that Apple has the more refined ecosystem and everything else, and I'm not going to take that away from them. They definitely do. But as far as like if I had an iPhone in my hand and I have a Pixel in my hand, I believe that, you know, experience wise, anybody who had those 2 phones would love the experience. But the only thing that would not make you love the experience between the 2 is your preference for which OS you like better. But as far as like fluidity, smoothness of OS, the haptics and everything else, all of that is like very comparable between the Pixels today and the iPhones today. And that's the reality that people hate to hear, but they are very much comparable. Now I get it, there might be like something like settled on the iPhone. You'd be like, I wish the Pixel had this. And there might be stuff on the Pixel that you know, you'd be like, I wish the iPhone had this. And we nitpick. We have the tendency to always nitpick at things like that. And I'm trying personally to get better at nitpicking, because if I want an iPhone and I want these features, should just use iPhone. If I want an Android phone and I'm sitting here saying I wish I can do this, why don't they? Like I have a friend, good YouTuber, cool guy. He's an Apple guy. He always want, you know, things that's on iOS to be the same way on Android. And I'm like, bro, if it is, there's no competition. If it's exactly, you pick up this and it's exactly that, then it's you can't pick up these 2 devices and they be exactly the same. There's no competition. There's no reason to pull yourself to this one or this one if everything is functioning exactly the same. It's good that they have their methods and their different ways of getting to whatever it is that you're trying to get to. Like on iOS, right? If you go to the app drawer and you scroll like that, there's no haptics there, right? There's just your cards just slide smoothly, right? Well, on the Pixel, the cards does the same thing and they move smoothly just the same way, but it has haptics. It gives you this better experience, at least for me, right? Because everybody don't like haptics, but it gives me a better experience that I'm actually engaging with the cards while I'm sliding. And that's the stuff I'm talking about. It's small stuff like that people nitpick at me, like, I don't like this, that was over here. Just buy that device there, man. Just buy that device. I don't get why Google would develop apps that update them for iOS and Mac better than Android. Yeah, you know what, Mike? I want to say there's some truth and some not truth for that or whatever, because I currently right now have a few iOS apps that's Google versions of iOS apps that's not even updated to like the Android counterpart right now. But I would argue and say, yes, you are absolutely right. Because back in the days, I used to always say this stuff to myself. I was like, why is Google sending updates to their apps to iOS before they even hit Android? That is so stupid. So, but I think at the time their main focus was, you know, the money and their marketing. So, you know, they was an ad company. So, I mean, they are, you know, whatever. So, I mean, software. So I think that's, you know, Apple sells a lot and that was important. So they made sure they hit those users first. And I don't really know the inside, man, but I know what you're saying. I get that. But as of right now, to this day, it's half and half true right now, because I do have some updated apps and they work way better on Android than they do on iOS. So I think Apple is starting to get a clue that they need to kind of pull back on that or something. I don't know. So like I say, they do make some questionable decisions. Swapper for the win. I tell people about the site. Yeah, I use Swapper too, bro. I use Swapper too, Charles. Love it. The old iPhone is stories, but the feature set is yes. Yeah, that's why I would not buy an old iPhone. Matter of fact, it's so crazy about how Apple do things that I hate it. Like you buy an iPhone 13 and you get what's that thing, cinematic mode or whatever, that camera mode, video camera mode, where it's like portrait video crap or whatever. But you'll never see it on the 12 or the 11, even though it may have the hardware. And then Google, I mean, well, freaking pretty much Apple will tell you that it can't. And then whatever they say, everybody's like, well, this is why. Bullshit to me. Bullshit to me. I seen Samsung add features to phones way below the belt. Like features that's on the S21U can be carried over to the S22U or whatever based off like certain hardware. And yes, it can happen. Google do feature drops all the time when they're Pixels and stuff like that. So some things can be, ported over. Look, bro, I owned a pair of, they were the Jabra 60, was it the 65T or it was the 75T? I bought those things and used those things for almost a whole year, literally probably like 11 months straight, right? Then they dropped like the 85T and came out with noise cancellation. But before they even dropped those ones with noise cancellation, they literally sent a update and added noise cancellation to my 75T. I was like, what? It's like they cornered their own selves and like undersold their product. People was like, I've seen so many YouTube videos like, why would you buy the 75T when they just added, the 85T when they just added, noise cancellation and transparency mode to the 75T? And that's a good ass argument. Why did they do that? But they literally decided to send a software update to add that feature in there. It was so crazy. I thought it was just so mind blowing that this product wasn't launched with it. They didn't talk about it. It won't even a factor of buying it. And then he just added it out of nowhere at the last second. I still have them in there, but yeah, they fucked up. Like the left ear won't work. And I'm so mad about that. But yeah, the haptics on the Pixels recent menu is dope. I've seen some people say they don't like it, but I think I've seen Twitter from iPhone. Not judging. I'm not judging. I think, man, for the US dollar, phone, digital, camera, video, by law, it's age, assisting responsibility, thinking out during the culture and yeah. Ooh, that's deep, bro. MR, that is real deep. I think you might be onto something, but that is out of my league right there, bro. I had to like do some research on that. And that was either. I haven't had the Duo, but it seems pretty interesting right now. I can tell you that. That does it. That you use landscape mode on the home page anymore. I'll put that. Drive me. iOS they remove landscape, but I think it's coming back in iOS 16. Can you believe that? And like I'm pretty sure people gonna go crazy. But be honest with you, I don't use landscape on my phones. I stopped doing that a long time ago. It's just weird to me. I just that's why I buy tablets. I just buy tablets. That's what I do. Let's see, what does Apple move their apps to Android, such as Apple Maps? Apple could move their apps over there, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I still wouldn't use them because that's me personally. I just told you I don't like to get locked down into anybody's like ecosystem type thing, because I think if they moved it to Android, maybe Samsung would be like, nah, we don't want y'all to have Apple Maps, so now I can't use it. If I really like Apple Maps and I have to use it, then I couldn't use it on Samsung or another phone, because some companies might be like, nah, we ain't putting that up there, because it's a competing product or whatever. So I probably wouldn't use it. I don't think there's any apps on Apple that I would love to have on my Android phone personally, and I think there's like one app from Samsung that I would love to have on my Android phones, but I think I can install it now, which was Pinup. It was a drawing app that was exclusive to Samsung, and that's probably the only app that I care about having on my Pixel. Other than that, I don't even care about Samsung exclusive apps either. They can have that. I don't want that on my Pixel. I don't. Is OnePlus? OnePlus is disappearing over here for us at least a little bit, man, because at one point I seen them in the carriers going hard, but now when you walk in the carrier store, you literally kind of see like a Google section now. They even got a Google section. Like a Google section. I seen the Pixel and Pixel 6 and 6a on a stand with Google billboard right there in the carrier. I was just like, yo. Anyways, but when you walk in the carriers here, you'll see like Samsung and Apple, literally Samsung and Apple. Then you'll start seeing all like the accessories everywhere else and stuff like that. You'll see their tablet selections. You'll see their phone selections, and you'll see all the folds. So Samsung got a bigger section because they got so many more devices. But you'll see like a bigger variety of Samsung devices in there versus like OnePlus. Then you had a little section that was OnePlus, but I still see it in there. But it used to be kind of big. They used to have like more budget options over there, but they're slowly kind of falling apart. But I'm still shocked about like Google having a spot in there now. Like it's insanely crazy. Like Google has been really doing good with marketing and stuff like that. And it's crazy because people call it hype, but I just call it marketing. I mean, the one time that they decide to market is hype. Like, get out of here, bro. Imagine if Google removed their apps from iOS for a weekend. If Google removed their apps from iOS, I'm 100% sure that Apple will fall. They will fall hard. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't, like, despite of what people think and the few little users in the world, they be like, I don't use Google services and I got my phone encrypted and I use Duck Hunt and all this stuff like that and whatever. YouTube, Google Gmail, Google Search, all of these features, iOS users would not know what to do with their lives without a lot of that stuff. Believe it or not, especially YouTube. And like search, Google search. I mean, to be honest with you. So I think Apple would take a big hit if Google just pulled that jank. And Google would take a big hit. Both would take a big hit. So it's not really a smart move unless Apple secretly developing the equivalent to those apps. And then they drop it one day and they have their own version of like YouTube and a better search and not use Bing or something else. But Apple, they kind of hurt themselves with the search engine anyways because they're so restricted and so concerned about a lot of privacy and data and stuff like that. So, even Siri is not even that bright when it comes to Google Assistant with things. So, but that's the price you pay if you want that. And if you don't want that, if you want the convenience, like what I do, I go in to buy Google products and I'm okay with it. Then you have people, greetings, hello, sir, thank you for coming. And I'm okay with the risk. I mean, I'm okay with the risk, man. I'm not like one of those big people, man. So Google will have to block their websites from working too. Yeah, you're right, Mike. You're right, Mike. Mike is absolutely right. If they did that, they would have to block their websites because he knows. Because people would get on that iPhone, where they get on Safari, and they be using that J to try to get up there. So facts. Like they would have to do that to hurt them, and they could. I think Google could hurt them, and I think that they would hurt themselves trying to hurt them. So because iOS, despite of Google, how big Google is everywhere, they depend on Apple because Apple holds a nice share of the market. So don't be tripping. We know Samsung like owns the market, but you got them other companies creeping up though. Them other Chinese companies, they creeping up on Samsung right now. I mean, I think one even overtook Apple at one point. I don't know where they stand at now. I think Apple was like number 3, and then they dropped down to number 4 or something. I think it was like Huawei or Xiaomi. One of you guys might know it in the chat, but I seen them climbing up. I was like, oh shit, they about to take Samsung. And I think it's Huawei. Or no, it was Xiaomi, right? Oh, see, I don't even know. It's one of them, man. But if you really think, howdy, man. Thanks for joining the chat. But yeah, those Chinese companies creeping up on Samsung right now. Samsung might end up losing that, but Apple still, they dominate here in the U.S., so they have no problem. I think there's like 2 or 3 other countries that Apple is dominant in, but Samsung and Samsung pretty much own like the market, bro. They smacking, and it's not even their flagships that's smacking. It's like their cheap phones that's smacking. While Apple only makes premium devices, so obviously, comparing apples to apples, if we go flagship to flagship, Apple is smacking, but Apple just pretty much really sells flagships. I mean, SE ain't really doing like those numbers like the Pro series and the 13 series, and I still consider the 13 series a flagship despite of not having the word Pro. I mean, it has a premium price tag. So say what you want to say. Huawei was number 1. Oh, Huawei was number 1. Samsung was number 2. Okay. Oh, okay. Got you. I see. Okay, so Huawei did hit number 1. They got blacklisted and then knocked Samsung back up to number 2. See, I knew Huawei was like creeping up there, man. And oh yeah, and Xiaomi has surpassed them too. Yep. In a few quarters, got it. I see it. Yep. See, That's what I'm saying. Like people outside the U.S., man, people really don't know how big other companies are. Everybody just like think that Apple's just this tech giant out here. But man, these other companies, you need to like they slow creeping. They are slow creeping. I imagine if like Xiaomi or Huawei can come back into the U.S. market and how much more they would take over. Because I would definitely buy their devices, 100%. I would definitely try them out. I've been wanting to try them out for a while, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of need them to have Google up there. I don't think I could use the device without Google services. You see, people call my iPad a Google iPad. I'd be like, yeah, so hard. It's so hard to walk away from Google. That's my thing. I can't even personally think about if Google removed Google services from the phone. I don't know what I'd do. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go buy me a landline phone or something, or buy some pigeons and send them off to people. Crazy how the U.S. can do this. Yeah, that's crazy about the U.S. Yep. Well, let's see. From 2 o'clock is new day. I've been streaming for a long ass time, guys. I've been up here 2 hours and 15 minutes. What time is it? All right. I ain't gonna end it just now. I'll chat with y'all a little bit longer, but I ain't gonna go too much. I gotta eat dinner. My lady came home. You see, she came in here and hugged me. All right, let's see what we got. The time for this, 2 o'clock. Oh, it's 2 o'clock where you at? Oof. I appreciate you being up watching. Good to see you. Y'all think I should stream more, man? I actually like this. I was a little nervous when I first started. I just got to get this mic situation together for you. But this is my first stream. I was definitely nervous. Palms sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on my sweater already. Mom spaghetti. Y'all know those lyrics, right? Yeah, Samsung makes a lot of money in A series. Yeah, Samsung be smacking it. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Because I've been on this stream, I'm not cooking, so I'm gonna find something in the freezer and throw that junk in the air fryer, bro. Air fryer dinner tonight. So I might cook a little side to like some baked beans, canned baked beans or something like that, real quick. But I ain't doing no big cooking. So, what do I got in there? I got like some chicken. I got some chicken in the freezer, like chicken strips, chicken tenders. I got a lot of chicken. I'm a chicken and beef guy. I love a lot of chicken and beef. Yeah, the A series is smacking for sure, man. They out here selling them things like hotcakes. End of it using Google. Yeah, I cannot pull myself from Google. I'm not even lying. Even when I was using iOS and stuff, I cannot pull myself from Google. It's hard. I'm sorry. I don't even try at this point. I'm not even trying. I don't even care. I'm a boring person. Whatever data they get from me is gonna be boring. As long as they ain't taking nothing out of my bank account and using my identity, I'm good. I'm making spaghetti tonight. Oh, spaghetti. Yeah, I'm gonna let the wife know we having spaghetti tomorrow. I got the ground beef taken out too, but I'm just not gonna cook. I should have told her to cook when she got home. Oh yeah, Mike, man, look, man, I wouldn't mind being on the stream, man. I'm actually gonna probably take my other camera, my second camera, which is somewhere. It's like right there, I think. Yeah, there it is. I'm gonna probably take that up and probably set that up somewhere over here because I don't have a streaming setup. I literally, if y'all see what I got going on right here, I have to move my desk, just get the lights where they need to be at. Everything. It's just a hot mess right now because y'all know. When y'all see my YouTube channel, y'all see me at this table right here 90% of the time. So, yeah, I'm going to get a good setup going on for this because this is fun. A couple of friends told me I should start streaming and stuff. And sometimes I like talking to you guys because right now I'm currently working on my Galaxy tablet review. Well, not a review, guys. You know me. This is the S7 Plus or whatever. So I'm currently working on a video for this. If y'all got the exclusive right now. So I'm working on that right now because it's been a while and I need to go ahead and visit that. And I'm still working on my 10 months with the Pixel 6. And man, I think it's like 11 months now. It might be 11 months. I don't know. Before I finish it, it's going to be like 11 to 12 months. So, and I'm debating whether I should do one for the Pixel 6 Pro because I know I just got it and I'm late to the game. But I know people just want to hear my take on it. So I think I still might make the video anyways for them. But I know like people are probably not really searching for this phone anymore, but I still might throw it out. So yeah, Mom Spaghetti, you got it. Bars. I stole those bars from Eminem though. Nah, he stole them from me. Hey, Pepper, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm back using my Pixel 6 for this. Yo, Bruh, I'm telling you, when I got my Pixel 6, I literally stopped using my Galaxy S21U. Literally. And I put the Galaxy S22U in the cart. I was gonna do the trade-in deal. I got it down to like $75 and I was gonna check out. But man, I felt like literally in October when I got my Pixel 6, I shelved my S21U all the way until the announcements of the S22U. And I was like, if I get this phone, what am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with this phone? And I was like, don't waste the money because I'm not going to put it down. I'm not going to pick it up over the Pixel 6. The experience on the Pixel 6 is that good to me that no other phone right now can like woo me over. I don't care. You can have a car. I mean, you can have a phone that turns into a spaceship. Okay, maybe that. But you can have a phone that battery lasts is like 5 days, and I would still not pick that over the Pixel because the experience. I guess that's the best I can give you. 5-day battery would be dope though. Get some RGB glow on that back wall. Oh yeah. Hold on. He said RGB. He said the RGB, bro. Let's hit that. Hit that. Is it going? There you go. There you go. Alright, it's gonna change, but you can't hardly see it though. It's gonna change a little bit. I got the RGB junk going on back there. Alright. That's my little light that I use for all my little photography. Dope stuff. Alright, let me get up in this chat though. Fire and break it up. Oh, well, I probably should put it on that wall over there. You know, I'm gonna get it together, guys. I'm gonna get this stream set up together. I'm gonna tell you that. I just threw that light back there for whatever, but let me see. Does it look better if it hits over there? Nah, see, you can't even tell. All right, whatever. We'll get that together though, man. Appreciate the good luck on the RGB though. Sorry, Rose speaking on it. All right, let's see. Hey, what up? The Apple Tech reviewer. Is it Saucy Baca? I hope I ain't I sure hope I ain't tortured that name. But welcome to the stream. Thank you. I do remember talking about the D-brand skin. Appreciate you definitely coming through. Tesla phone. I think the Tesla phone is only going to work good with the Tesla. I'm curious about it though. Don't get me wrong. Just like when they made a Facebook phone. Remember that Facebook phone when they had the Facebook little interface? That was pretty cool, but Facebook. Yeah, Tesla phone. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I don't own a Tesla. I definitely want one. So, you know, I'm definitely going to get one day. So Google Apps again before I grab the. If you're not using Google Apps right now, man, I would say, yeah. If you really genuinely plan on going to grab the Pixel 6, I would say you guys get used to Google Apps again. If not, then I wouldn't. I wouldn't even bother. But you're planning on getting it, so yeah. Go ahead. You know, I mean, it ain't like you got to use all of them. I use a lot of them because you know they kind of fit in my life. But you know, just you know the ones that you need that you can use is what I would say. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, you kind of do. He needs the fancy. Yeah. You're right, man. I didn't really think about. I do actually got RGB lights, which is crazy because they're not. They're actually here. So if you're looking at me, they're behind my monitor and they're under my desk. So that's where the lights are at. But I just got this little one, right here that I bought. I bought a long time ago. Let me take it out the charger. I bought this one and I actually put it on like a stand right now. And I've been using this for a lot of my photography shots and stuff like that, which is dope because I've seen like a lot of photographers use these or whatever. And they really use them outside. Hold on, let me put that back. So, all right. So they use it outside for a lot of photography stuff and make stuff dope. So I'm probably going to get a better setup or whatever if I'm going to do this streaming thing or whatever. And I want it darker. I actually had that light off over there. And because I like I'm a mood person, so I like it kind of dimmed down. As long as you can see my face and a little bit here, I was fine. So next time, you know, it might be a little darker in my stream, and you might see like more color. So just throwing that out there. Disclaimer. Compact phone like the Zenfone. Look, bro. Zenfone 9, all of that. I'm okay with trying any phone. To be honest with you, I'm trying to get to that point where I'm able to try a lot of different phones for a lot of different people. And stuff like that, but you know, financially, like I said before, it's just not one of those situations where I could just run out here and buy whatever phone that everybody wants me to, check out and, give my experience video on or anything for that matter, because, I got a life and I got bills, the reality. So I buy what I buy what I use, and then that's what I kind of review. So yeah, but I would love to try more things. Definitely. I can't keep my eyes off the white Model 3. Oh, the white Model 3. Oh, yeah, man. But I'm not going to get a white one, man, because it gets dirty too easy, man. But yeah, it's dope, though. It's dope. I'm definitely going to get me a Tesla one day. I'm going to shoot a whole video in it, too. Might sleep in it the first night. Small phone master race. I try using small phone again. I can't do it. Phone and tablet. Mic. Yeah, that would be tough, Mike. That would be tough because you can kind of customize the tablet and phone to do whatever it is that you want to do. That would be dope. But, life ain't going to grant us everything we want. Oh, the Zenfone 9 accessories. Yeah, I've seen some of the stuff that people had posted about that, Jake. I don't see too much talk about it, but I do see like the accessories, and I've seen it. So I thought it was pretty dope. I see a lot of stuff that's dope, man, but a lot of, the YouTubers that be wanting to talk about it don't ever talk about that stuff. Everything has always got to be like, the main phones. Right now, like, it's the Pixel 6 Pro. Now it's going to be the iPhone when it come out. Then it's going to be, right now, Samsung phones. Then it's going to be the iPhone. Then it's going to be back to Pixels, and back around to Samsung again, and then Apple. And they just kind of like go off that cycle over and over, but they never look at other stuff. Other stuff be really dope. And, there's people not buying the stuff that they review half the time. There's people buying other stuff. So it'd be great. Did something just fall behind me? No kidding. See, he's on the iPhone 7. Yeah, man. I think the iPhone 7 is still a good phone. It just wouldn't be me, just personally. I'm still childish in the head. I gotta have the latest and greatest. Like, mommy, I want that one, not that one. That's me. Living that SE life. You got the SE. Woo, bruh. I would crush that phone with this hand. That jank be done. I couldn't do it. I heard the battery was bad, but then I actually heard it got better. I don't know how true that is, but I don't know. If I had the money for a Tesla and spent it on that, I'd be sleeping in it. He said I'd be sleeping in it too. Man, heck yeah, bro. I'll sleep in that jank the first night, bro. Legit. I keep that jank running while I'm on the charger. No cap. Tesla's, whew. SE is nice, but once I upgrade, I'm going to move on from this form factor. Yeah, I just couldn't do the SE or any of the minis at all. I couldn't even, the thing is, I wanted to get the iPad mini, but, since I got my first iPad, which was the first, no, it wasn't the first tablet I ever used. I actually love iPads forever. I got the iPad Pro 10.1, which was like the first one I think that had like promotion. I could be wrong. I think it was the one before that, the 9. But I started out with the 10.5 iPad that had promotion. And ever since that, I could not use a tablet with anything less. So when Samsung kept coming out with these cool tablets like the S6 and stuff, I was like, I'm not ready to go back to Android. I'm sticking with my iPad. Then they dropped the S7, and I still wasn't ready. I waited a few months in before I just caved in and went out there and bought me the S7. And then behind the S7, I literally went out there and bought the S7 Plus. And I was just like, oh, gosh, how did I do that? So I got that tablet, this tablet, and that tablet, and that tablet all over the place. And then they dropped the mini, and I was like, yo, that's so cool. And I'm seeing people, like, they're literally, let me see it. I'm going to grab my Wacom tablet. I can't even grip this with one hand. All right, so, like, the mini, I can't even grip it. Look, I can't grip it. So the mini is, like, about this size, somewhere close to this or whatever. And I was like, man, that'd be so tough for me to use and read my comic books or, look at some YouTube or just anything so small. But then, man, 60 hertz. I don't care what nobody say, bro. 60 hertz is ugly on my iPhone right now. It's ugly. I don't have the iPhone 13 Pro. I have the 12 Pro. I skipped over that. But my iPhone, that doesn't feel laggy. It feel buggy. It just jitter all over. It's not doing that, but that's what it feels like. So I can't imagine me buying the iPad mini and having that same experience. I need the day that they put 120 hertz or 90 hertz on that mini, I'm buying it. I cannot do anything less than 90. I'm sorry. What up, Gavin? Thanks for coming through. Let's see. I still want to try the gaming phones. I don't game on phones, but you know, if anybody ever sponsored me and gave me one, I'll definitely try it out. But I'm just not a gamer when it comes to phones. I'm still traditional with the controller and probably sometimes keypad and mouse. I mean, keyboard and mouse. So, access ready to Paco phone. I ain't heard that in a while. Oh, Remy, I forget about them. Yeah, they're awesome too. I want to try their phones too. Battery life bad. Won't access show their screen time report. Yeah, I know battery life is bad on those SEs for sure. I'm a person also that don't have a problem charging my phone when I can. So initially, after my first 2 weeks of using any phone, I kind of like just throwing on the charger whenever. I don't really sit here and try to push my phones, push it to the limit. I don't really try to push my phones to the limit of the battery, and so I can just go on Twitter and be like, yo, check out my screen time. That's why y'all don't even see that much screen time post for me ever, except for when I first get the phone. After that, as of right now, I show people my first 2 days of the Pixel 6 Pro battery life, and I was getting like close to 7 hours. One day I got 7 hours. The other day I got 6 hours. I think it was like 6 hours. Even with the phone overheating, I still got 6 hours on it. And after that, I don't think I'm going to show my screen on time anymore because it don't really matter. Because more than likely, if I'm at work or at home or anywhere, I'm just going to throw it on the charger. Don't care. Like, I'm just like one of those people. I'm not going to sit here and try to push my battery. But my initial testing week, if I had to make the phone last, I know that I can last if I couldn't get to a charger. So that gives me comfort that the phone will last. But after that, don't care. All right, let me see what Mike said. Come on, Mike. Let's see. iPad Mini would be awesome if they allowed it to run Stage Manager and second display support. Yes, it would. And slightly less powerful than the Pro. Yeah, I can do an iPad slightly less than the Pro and with Type C. Yeah, and definitely support Stage Manager and all of that. I would be totally fine with it. I just need 90 hertz or 100, and I can rock with the iPad Mini. Not as I won't replace like the bigger model, but I can have one and let it be like a easy carry social media, whatever thing. But when I'm watching movies, I'm definitely still gonna pull out my Galaxy tablet or my iPad. Matter of fact, I use my Galaxy tablet for movie listening. I don't really watch them on my iPad like talking about it. Nothing against like Apple and iPad, but I can actually put physical movies up there and stuff. If you was here earlier, you know what I'm talking about. 120 hertz is weird to me. I can't see a difference between 7 and 7 Pro. Oh man, bruh, I don't know how you can't see the difference, man. But everybody's eyes is different, man. 120 and 60, gosh, man, it's like. That's how my iPhone be feeling, bro. Like, it's the only phone I got in the house left that's like lower than 60 or like 60 hertz. So once I get the 14 Pro Max or whatever this year, then I'm never going back to another 60 hertz anything. In fact, I'm ready for a 60 hertz 120 hertz laptops. I know they have some, but I'm ready for like that to be like a standard now, like everywhere. Like anything that you gave me 120, like we need to just move to 120. One day we'll see you offer us Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends. Yes, sir. You already know it, bro. Chill. Yeah, I just charge my phone, whatever it is. Yeah, man, I do. I just charge my phone whenever it's convenient. It's no point to be out here trying to maximize like, your battery life and just the gas, yeah. Oh, you about to say it too, just to keep it gassed up. Oh yeah, you said gassed up. Okay, I say just to gas it up on Twitter and stuff like or whatever social platform you're using. My battery lasts it because I see a lot of people still like raving about the Max. I'm so proud that Apple got the battery together this year. To be honest with you, they had the weakest battery 90% of the time when it comes to these phones, and now they're the best. And I'm happy, and that just gives me, now I can confidently have an iPhone and knowing that I'm going to have good battery on it, like I've been confidently doing with my Android phones 90% of the time. So I ain't really mad at them even being the best. I don't really care because I'm not going to, like, even if I had an iPhone, I'm not going to brag about it. I don't care. Like, I'm glad it's good. That's all that matters to me. Because I could sit here, we can sit here talk about a lot of best stuff that's on Android versus iOS, or iOS best stuff versus Android all day long. And there's always like both companies come up short somewhere, and another company is going to excel somewhere. So that's life. So I ain't fighting about no life. I can see the difference between 120 hertz and 60. Yeah, I definitely can see the difference. Yeah, especially in gaming. Oh gosh, it's just terrible. I'm over here wishing my watch was faster. Refresh rate. Yo, that would be dope if our watches was slightly faster too, bro. That'd be crazy. but that would take a real big hit on our battery life. But I don't even really care about these watches like talking about like people do, man. I do want the Pixel Watch because I'm hoping that they're gonna integrate like Fit, Fitbit into it and give me more like accurate readings. Because I just use my watches for fitness, man. I don't really care about all the people like the Apple Watch got all these apps, man. You know what apps I download on my Apple Watch? None. The ones that come with it is the ones I use. I use the watch that the apps that came on my Galaxy Watch. I don't even download new apps. I haven't. I get text message. I look at a text message. I get a phone call. Answer it. I get a notification. I just look at the notification and go grab my phone. 90% of the time, I go to the health information and see what my health looking like, and that's about it. Literally, a fitness tracker can do all of that. I don't need a premium watch for that. Literally don't. Right here for the first YouTube video. I have you look at it. We'll upload it for feedback. Yeah, Charles. That's cool, man. I got you, man. If you make your video, man, just I'll check it out and give you some feedback for sure. I appreciate you actually wanting me to give you feedback too. Honestly, iPhone users really need a win in the battery. iPhone users do need a win in the battery department, bro. Like the hardcore users, I would give them that. Like I say, I'm not a person to be like, my Pixel or my Galaxy phone or whatever phone is better than them. A win is a win. They got it. Your battery good. Thank you. Thank God. Like now iPhone batteries can compete with other phone batteries, even with their milliamps being smaller. And that's not a bad thing. That is a good thing. Cool. If they want to brag about it and stuff like that, cool. I'll help you brag. Yeah, it's the best. Just like when the video situation come up, how everybody talk about Apple has the best video on the phone. Yeah, they do. It's cool. I still don't like it. Ain't no hater. I don't like video on phones. Y'all heard me say it earlier. I don't like video on no phones. I use cameras, bro. Real cameras. And it's the camera that I keep with me. So 12 is kind of meh. Carry it around. Yeah. The 12 was kind of, man, I got the 12 now. My battery's really bad. It's much worse than ever. I be having my phone sitting on my tech desk, and I come back to it, and it's like half full. I'm like, dang, I was only going for like 2 days. So it's pretty bad. I was going to replace the battery, but I don't have no intentions because I'm planning on upgrading anyway. So I'm hoping that, if Apple don't repeat the little good battery, bad battery, good battery, bad battery cycle that they've been doing with these phones, I hope that the 14 Max either be better or just the same, and I'll be pretty happy with it or whatever. So hopefully that's what's going to happen. What I want to see is the in-display fingerprint scanner on watches. I would love that too. It'd be dope if you could just put your hand up there and or on the button, because Samsung button is pretty big. So it'd be dope if you can just, unlock your watch with your fingerprint on the screen or the button. So, yeah, because I just now put a password on my Galaxy Watch. I've been using it since the release date, and I literally just put it up there like 2 days ago for the first time. So when I take it off, it locks. Put it on, I gotta unlock it. I just hate that crap. But I wanted to use Google Pay, so I have to have a lock up there to use Google Pay. So I normally just use my phone, but I kind of miss just tapping my watch. So I was like, yeah, I can see the difference in 60, 90, and 120. Yes, Gavin, I can too, bro. Yes, yep, definitely can, bro. I clearly see it, and if I drop like my phone down to 60 hertz, I can feel it. Everything. Like I think for somebody who can't see it, I think they don't have like multiple devices that have them or don't have it, and they're using them like together. Because you should. I'm not saying you should, because every human eye is different, but it's pretty much, you can pretty much see the difference. I mean, I think, I can't sit there and make an accusation about everybody. So, Pixel 6 is super. Yeah, I swear, what is it, Martinez? Yo, I swear the Pixel 6 sometimes be feeling faster than the Pixel 6 Pro. I swear. My mind be like, whoa. Like I did a video just recently. I don't even know what video it was. Let me see if I can pull that up here real quick. Not on the stream, but it was, if you check out my YouTube video channel, it should have been my, oh, okay. It's my Pixel 6 to the 6 Pro impressions video. If you check that video out, you can see like them side by side, and I was strolling, and I swear, man, it seemed like the Pixel 6 was like blazing through the menus, and I was trying to tap it slower, and it just blazing through it. I don't know. So hard pressed right now. My wrist hurt real bad. Let me see. Did you see that someone got the 680? Yeah, I did see someone get the 680 90 hertz. I thought that was impressive, but the story that he told of getting there, I don't think anybody that's not a tech person wouldn't do it. In fact, I wouldn't even do it. But yeah, that's incredible that he did. And got my first DSLR Canon. Oh, nice. Hey man, look. I don't care how good these phones get, even including these Pixels. I know y'all seen some amazing photos that I may have took with them. But nothing's gonna beat a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. I'm sorry. These phones are good, but the quality is like night and day. And in fact, in a few, I'm gonna post a picture of if y'all remember the lady that I had shared with the microphone. She was right here in the pink, stuff like that. Everybody really loved that picture. I actually have the DSLR version of that. Well, the mirrorless that I took on my Canon, because that was a shot that I took for her for my photo shoot. I'm actually gonna post it side by side with the Pixel. And you're going to see the depth and the difference in the quality of everything. But both shots are equally good. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Pixel did a really, 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 really good job. So when you see it, you're going to be like, wow, I'm impressed. But you can still kind of see night and day difference between like a mirrorless camera and like a smartphone, and where how far phones need to go to get to that point. But if I didn't show you the side by side, you would just look at the Pixel and be like, yo, that's a crazy good shot. And it is in its own right. But I'm going to post it tonight on my Twitter. So just check it out. I've been waiting to post it, but I had to edit, the client photos and stuff like that. So yeah. Wish I could unlock my tablets just by saying something and having it. Thinking that Face ID, I guess technically just acts open. And yo, that would be dope if you can use your voice as your password. Actually, with T-Mobile, right? If you call T-Mobile customer service, you can say my voice is my password, and they will recognize your voice, whatever, over the phone, and then you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to get on no more information. You can just say my voice is my password. That is so dope. So I think Google, if anything, Apple would never. They would never. So you can go ahead and cancel the whole iPad. That would be dope on iPad. It would be dope, but that would be something that Google would do before Apple would, because privacy. You already know how they do. So, because you could kind of like right now literally talk to your Google Homes, and it could be your voice. Like if my wife came over here and said, hey, G word, right, and say when's my birthday, it will recognize her voice and tell her birthday. And if I say, hey, G word, what's my birthday, it'll recognize my voice. So they can definitely do that whole unlocking your tablet or phone thing with it or whatever. So that'd be dope. I wonder why Google underclocked the screen like that. Bro, I can't explain any moves that Google make. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I love them, but I hate a lot of things they do. A lot. I cannot understand that move. I feel like it was a missed opportunity for them to not include. They could have included 90 hertz on that phone, and that would have just tipped the whole iceberg over. At that price tag, if they could have pulled that off, whew, that phone would have been. It would have like wiped the 6 off the market. But I guess that's why they did that move. I don't know. I have no clue, man. Maybe they gave it the support, but then they took it away. But man, they would have took that 6 right off the market. Especially, y'all already know, Google prices drop. They drop the buds, the Pixel buds. I see them for like $179. Like they drop, prices drop. So, and that's a good thing for the consumer. But if you're trying to sell your Pixel stuff or Samsung stuff, but Samsung offer the best trade-in deals for their own. So Samsung lock you in by giving you the best trade-in deals from them. You ain't gonna never sell your old Galaxy phone for $900, but they give you $900 for it. So it's like they were like, yeah, you got to get another Pixel. I'm going to guess and say that the Pixel has more noise and smoothing going on in the mirrorless, and sharper and better details and detailed depth that isn't overly done. I'm going to say the Pixel does have more noise. It has. We're talking about the photo. This is what Mike is talking about, the photos I'm talking about. He's guessing right now before I post it. He's saying that the Pixel is going to have more noise and smoothing going on than the mirrorless camera, and the mirrorless camera is going to be sharper and have better realistic depth. That is exactly, Mike, what is going to be happening. You're going to see more things on the Pixel in focus because these cameras, their depth mapping isn't as good as a DSLR lens. You know, I'm not going to blame it on the camera. I'm going to say it's partial to sensor and it's partial to lens that you're using. So depending on what lens I was using at the given time, you're going to have way more depth than what the Pixel can actually give you without using portrait mode. And then it's not going to look as realistic as, you know, it would on the DSLR. Now, with that being, or the mirrorless, but with that being said, photography is still subjective. There's people who, I posted a picture of, you know, the mirrorless camera versus the Pixel, and when the mirrorless have like true focus, like if I was to take like my little man right here, hold on, get there, focus over here, and you see how like the background is blurred out right here. Like people don't like this much depth sometimes. They like this much depth. So this is what they like to see. So you see a little bit of blur and you see him, but then you got people who love like this much depth. And this is me. I love this right here. So people will subjectively like, yeah, it looks better on the Pixel because you got more in focus. I don't want more in focus. I want the subject in focus. That's all I want is in focus, the subject. So in photography, we kind of sometimes, we're not shooting landscape. We want our subject in focus. And that's what we want. So, you know, everybody's different. So I did have people say that they liked the picture better on this and that because things were in focus or whatever like that. But, you know, obviously, with a mirrorless camera, you can definitely you can stop down and get more stuff in focus, but why do that? Why do that if you're not shooting, like, if you don't have, if I'm shooting a landscape, I want it sharp everywhere, edge to edge, so I would stop down. But if I'm shooting a picture for a thumbnail of like, just say my Pixel Buds and stuff like that, right? Or if it's gonna focus, gonna focus today? I don't know. There you go. If I'm shooting a thumbnail for this, this is the subject. This is what I want in focus. I don't need the background. Sometimes can be too distracting. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a good foundation, a solid background. So yeah. Anyways, I'm about to post that soon. So yeah. Do you know a 6A support up to 90 hertz? Yeah, I know the 6A supported. That's crazy. I think it's a dumb move by Google and that somebody found out, and it's stupid that they did that to the Pixel 6A, but I get why they did it, because if they had that phone at 90 hertz at that current price, like, why even buy the 6? Like, why even buy it at that point? So I guess you had to argue like wireless charging and some other small knickknacks, but they also did that to the 6 Pro from the 6. So it's small, settled things that make you might want to get, you know, the next one or whatever. So yeah. But I think I'm gonna have to end it here, guys. I appreciate y'all coming, and everybody that stayed here tonight with me or whatever. Hold on, Mike. I'm gonna answer your thing before I leave, though. One on the other side, HDR, and she has on smart that definitely can. I'll do some DSLR mirrors, cameras, but yeah. All right. So for realistically, I'm glad you said that, Mike. Realistically, phones HDR is so much better than the camera's HDR. The way the camera's HDR is that they prefer you to shoot bracket shots, and then you kind of stitch it together yourself. But in camera HDR is not really that good. I don't like, companies don't spend a lot of time taking a pro camera and trying to make sure that the HDR is like top notch. See, they expect you to have like decent photos or whatever the case may be, and then that's pretty much it. But if you really want to get more control, you can definitely have way better HDR than any phone can ever do. But you have to like know that you're about to plan that. You have to set it up on a tripod or whatever you got to do, take your bracket shots, and then you go back to your computer and you stitch them together. Then it's a win-win for you. But other than that, you know, the phone out of like convenience, the phone can just snap it. It's right there. It's done deal. So yeah, I'm glad that you said that, because, you know, smartphone cameras definitely is knocking the HDR out of the park when it comes to that. It's like the convenience of it. With me and my clients, I don't even battle with the HDR. I don't even try. I use a flash like a strobe light to combat the HDR. So I will literally turn the brightness down in my camera, and I'll take a picture of the subject, and the subject will be completely black, like blacked out, and the background would be lit up. You'll see the sky, you'll see the clouds, you'll see everything. Then I use the flash to light up the subject. So therefore I have like the most perfect HDR shot ever, where the sky is in focus and the sky looks good and all the colors are there, and then the subject is well lit. So I don't even try to even fight with HDR going like that. So yeah, Mike, that's out of the gate, auto mode, you ain't touching no camera. I mean, no cell phone camera with HDR. in a few weeks, so I guess they didn't. The 6A, I don't think the 6A is going bye bye because the 6A is for a different market, but the 6 and 6 Pro for sure, yes, they're gonna go bye bye. So I think that I know a lot of people say Google released the 6A at a weird time. Oh, you said the 6S? Are you talking about the 6S or 6A? Are you talking about iPhone? Don't want to hit the record. To do a class. You said I need to do a class on that. Hey man, I'm passionate about photography, man. I love some photography, bro. I'm telling you. I know a lot of people will be questioning my motive sometimes when I take these camera tests up here, but I literally be trying to be like the average consumer and snap and and go. Like 90% of y'all would like, oh shit, let me get 90% of y'all would like launch your camera, right? You'll launch your camera and then you're just like literally just kind of like just hit the shutter. Wait, can I get it? Ooh, I missed it. Y'all get my drift, right? You'll point and shoot. That's what 90% of y'all do with your phones. And I would do that. And when I do my camera comparisons, that's exactly what I try to do. But in reality, I would be down there trying to get the best shot and make sure that the lighting is good and everything else or whatever. Like, it's a little complicated or whatever when it comes to me. But yeah, the 6 Pro and 6A are going. Yeah, the 6 Pro and 6A is going bye-bye, definitely for sure, bro. They about to get replaced real quick. But, I mean, not real quick because it's been a year. So, but, yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be out there trying to buy no 6 or 6 Pro unless there's not a real big difference. But if Tensor 2 is anything like Tensor 1 and being really, really good, then it's going to be better. And if Google, it seems like Google got the software thing down right now. So we could just hope that Android 13 stays Android 13 when the new Tensor chip comes out. Because if it riddled with bugs, man, we've got some problems. Mike, you is absolutely right. Photography does not have to be difficult. People are definitely too lazy with it. And I agree totally, man. And people get mad about, when their favorite phone loses in these battles a lot because of, just this is how y'all use a phone, bro. Don't get mad at me. Y'all the ones that always talk about, did he tap the focus? Did he do this? Did he do that? I mean, hell yeah, I want to. Hell yeah, I want to make sure I get like the best shot out of whatever phone I'm using at the time. But y'all like to like pick up phones and just point that jank and shoot it for convenience and then throw it out there and be like, yo, this phone is better than this phone and this and that to the third. Like sometimes, taking a few more seconds just to learn a little bit about photography and light would just help every photo that you take. I can literally take horrible photos with my Pixel and my iPhone, or I could take really, really good pictures with both of them. It's just that easy. So, yeah, just learn something, I guess. I mean, I get it why, the convenience of like point and shoot, but, light is everything. And I was going to post that on Twitter a few days ago, like how important light is when it comes to photography. Like light will justify every shot that you ever take in photography. Good lighting, the way of the lighting is, the position of your angles, a lot of that plays a part in it, but light is like the biggest deal. The biggest deal of it, point blank. And then composition would be your next thing to challenge. You got to have some good angles. I want the 13L as quick as possible. 12L on the Fold is the truth. Yep. I think what Samsung is doing with the Fold, especially with that new software, is dope. 13L would be so freaking dope. I heard Samsung is getting better with optimizations and everything. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to trying their device again one day. And, yeah. So, all right. Anybody got any questions before I leave? I'm about to go eat air fryer food. Anything else? I actually enjoyed this stream. I appreciate y'all for coming through, though. I definitely do. And the ones that stayed, I appreciate y'all staying. I know I was in here a long time. It's going on 2 hours and 53 minutes right now. I'm still in this jank, bruh. Hungry too. So I want to thank everybody who came through the stream, all the support that you guys been giving me. I appreciate it. This was definitely fun. I'm definitely going to do this again. I love chopping it up with you guys. Happy phone, happy life, happy wife. Just enjoy your products out there and stuff, man, and try to stay positive and everything else. All right, peace and love. Devon Digital. Oh, it's for the ones that don't know, it's Dale and then Vaughn. So Dale Vaughn. Some people don't know how to pronounce it. So Dale, just think about the word Dale and then Vaughn, and then put it together. Dale Vaughn Digital. Out.